Cool. All right.
Oh.
It's back to just us, and it's back to just us for 2 hours now. We've got Would You Rather's followed by
Breakfast.
followed by breakfast.
Breakfast.
Followed by breakfast. That was really good. Meows is a really thoughtful, nice person to talk to.
I think, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
That was really, really lovely. So Sonja Birch is trying to decide on what tattoos to do. Oh yeah, I'll just grab the hat of destiny.
Hat of Destiny.
Okay.
Destiny hat.
So Sonja, if you want an example of what kind of things that we have had so far, I've got a picture of Jonas as a baby in my elbow pit.
Yeah, that's me. That's me, all right.
I've got a star. I've got the Potts logo. I've got a ring that when you wear it, you can speak to fish, but also you can only eat live fish. I've got a train and a snail. And Jonas, what have you got on you?
I've got on my leg here, I've got a character from the Yakuza video game saying, "Hi, Jonas." On this leg, I've got, was it a space lobster? Space lobster. Yep, space lobster. So it's a lobster in space, obviously. I've got like an emblem for a time traveling agency. Like if you're a member of a time traveler's agency, I've got that. I've got toast, just some toast on my arm here. And I've got the Infinity Heart there, which I believe is from Ray. So I hope that helps.
Okay, so I've got 6 on me. How many have you got on you? Because we need to work out who's
1,
next.
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, so you're next.
This is me.
So it's the bee's knees, just the knees.
Just pick an arm.
No, I'm going to put it on your knee.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay.
It's really quite a lot of tattoos when you do a full inventory of them.
It's a couple of little knobbly bee's knees. There you go.
Right, what does that look like?
It's quite hard to see because they are the knees of a bee.
Let me get them right in there. We're gonna get real intimate with my knee, guys. Let me just.
It's a crotch cam, classic crotch cam. Hulk, help me. There you go. There's the bee's knees.
There's the knees of a bee.
There's
baby.
the knees of a bee.
There we are.
All right. Well, okay. So, thank you for everyone who's recently joined us, and thank you for everyone who's stuck with us for so much of this stream. It's been really lovely to have you. This is our 24-hour podcast. We're streaming for 24 hours straight, and you can see a little timer. You can see a little timer down the bottom there. Oh, you bonked the camera a bit, so can you sit back down again?
Yeah. I'm just stretching.
Oh, okay. You don't have to sit down.
Yeah, so I'm just moving my body.
So this is a 24-hour podcast in support of the charity Potts UK. Potts UK is a charity near and dear to my heart because it is because POTS, postural tachycardia syndrome, is a condition that my partner Laura suffers from, as well as some of her family members.
Also known as God.
Oh, well, also known as the voice of God. The voice of God suffers from POTS. And it's a condition that causes fatigue. It can cause you to faint because you have difficulty getting enough blood pressure to push blood to your brain. And it just massively affects your life. It can cause serious fatigue. I said that already. Ironically, the reason I'm repeating myself is because I'm suffering from serious fatigue, but mostly that's self-inflicted. It can affect your relationships. It can affect your work, all sorts of things. And it is POTS UK is a charity that helps fund research and information about dealing with POTS, which is under-researched and underdiagnosed. And the POTS UK website in particular has been a real help to us. We found lots of awesome information on there. We found, when COVID struck, they were the first place we went to find out if it was, comorbid or like if it would affect things. And so we chose them as our sponsor. We set an initial goal of £1,000, which we smashed. We set another goal of £2,000, which we smashed. So now the goal is £4,000, which we are aware is very high, but we've already done so much, and we're so proud of everyone who's donated. If you do want to donate, there's some incentives for you. If you donate at least £10 on a single donation, we will do a compliment for each other, which we've got a few stacked up that we need to do. If you donate £20, we will draw a tattoo on ourselves, such as the bee's knees that you saw earlier. For £100, we will do a dance in your honour, and for £200, we will write you your own hit #1 record over the course of something like 10 minutes. Although really the time frame is whatever time we have time for.
But they are all #1 hits.
They all will be #1 hits.
I cannot stress enough how hit #1 the song will be to someone.
Right. Could I ask someone to grab me a glass of water, and then we'll get started on this segment. So.
Do you need any help?
No, I think we'll be all right with this. Cool. So this segment is called Would You Rather? And you can probably guess what this segment is about. We have been given a hat of Would You Rather hypotheticals. Most of these have been put in by thank you very much, by Laura. And then I think she's taken some from chat. And then they've all been bundled into this hat, and we're going to pick them at random, and then we're going to decide on what we would rather do. So, Jonas, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm taking a picture of you with that.
Okay.
Perfect.
So,
yes, let's go.
Do you want to take the first one out?
All right. Have a little rumble, and then do I just read it out loud?
Yeah.
And then we discuss. All right. Would you rather, James, to never watch a television show again,
Okay.
or
Make this podcast hard.
never play a video game again?
Oh, wow. Okay. Never watch a TV show or never play a video game. This is an interesting quandary, not just because all of them are supposed to be, but I really love video games. Video games are a very important hobby to me. I spend a lot of time playing video games. But watching TV shows is a big, strong part of how I spend time with Laura. So if I pick video games, I've sort of cut out a major hobby I share with my partner that we've bonded over. And if I pick TV show, I've kind of cut out my own personal favourite hobby.
You've also cut out hobbies that you play with a lot of your close friends online.
That's true.
True. You know, think about Sylvan and Luke and Maddie, and
Yeah.
I don't know who else you play games with these days, but those
Yeah.
people especially.
That's true. What do you think? What are you thinking about this?
So TV shows would mean no anime,
Yeah.
but I could still read the mangas,
Yeah.
read the books, and
And if you read them really fast, it would feel like an anime.
yeah, if you flip the page, really,
Yeah.
really good. It's a lot like that, yeah. So that could be a workaround. I mean, so for me, the answer is video games. I do play video games with Mary. Sometimes I'm showing her games that I love from the past.
So
and
never watch a TV show is what you're choosing.
I'm picking never watch a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like sort of justifying it, you
Yeah.
know, to start a little bit of
No,
discussion.
it's just you said video games, and I wasn't sure if you were getting rid
Right.
of video games or getting rid of.
I would pick never watch a TV show again as well, just because, I mean, one, that's a lot of subscriptions I can cancel.
That's
That's
true.
a financial boon right there. Mary and I can afford to go out for dates for all the episodes we're not watching things now, you know?
How
Because
much
I'm not
money
paying
do-
for Netflix.
But how much money do you spend on video games? Because you have an active subscription to Final Fantasy.
Shut up.
You definitely buy full price games, which cost multiple months worth of TV show subscriptions.
Shut up.
So I don't think you actually save that much money.
Okay, but I refuse to give up the video games.
I refuse to acknowledge that.
I refuse to give up the video games. Yeah. The thing is like I play a lot of games, and I get a lot of emotions from playing games. I get more emotions from playing
Yeah.
games than I do watching shows, on the whole. And I find narratively games can be more interesting. That they can explore interesting themes, and I like video games as a medium. You know all the reasons I like video games,
Mm.
and I think I think you'll find as well that if a small group of people want to make a video game that's impactful, they'll succeed. If a small group of people want to make a television show that's got the same amount of impact and emotion, that television show probably doesn't make it to a platform that you and I can watch it on.
Mm.
So a small group of people can make a great indie game, but a small group of people can't make a great TV show because the infrastructure, the industry, it's harder to succeed.
Fair enough. I think I'd probably go video games too, because video games are my preferred thing, and I think I could find games that Laura and I could enjoy together. Like we found a lot of
Yeah.
games that we've played together as well. We've played Thunder Seas together. We've like played a lot of Do Not Feed the
I
Monkeys
was just
together.
gonna say, aren't you not feeding monkeys at the moment?
Yeah. But we watch a lot of TV together, and so basically, what I'll have to do is just set up a Gary's Mod server where I project the latest series of House of the Dragon onto a big screen.
I
in
was
the
also
Gmod
going
server.
to say, could I just put on my VR headset and boot up Steam VR, which is a game.
Is Steam VR a game?
It's a platform for playing games. But the point is you could make your show appear within the game that you're playing, and then bing bada boom, baby. That's all sorted. Yeah, that was good though. I think it was an easy choice for me, but I like talking about it. If it had been give up films and TV shows, if we were being forced to give up both forms of watching versus playing, then I would say that there's potentially a lot that we would be giving up, and it'd be harder to make that division. Like no films and no TV versus games.
Yeah.
That would be a harder discussion.
Yeah. I think if you've still got films in the bank, you can still have a sit down and a watch it kind of thing. All right, it's agreed.
A gentleman's agreement.
We're giving up TV.
No more TV.
No more TV.
Turn that shit off.
Turn that shit off. This is a video game.
turn the
My life
podcast
is a
off.
game. All right. Next up, the next would you rather is next hypothetical. Oh, okay. So this one it comes from our very own fairy, and in a way, this kind of makes sense as a medical man from him. Would you rather lose an arm or a leg?
One arm or one leg.
Yeah, an arm or, well, actually, what's written is an arm or leg.
Okay, what I do is I get a pet rock, I name him Leg, and then I lose leg.
I'm just thinking like, oh, why have I got all these extra limbs that I'm losing? I'm just leaving all my limbs around.
Yeah.
No, losing one of your own arms or one of your own legs.
I live up 2 flights of stairs with no lift. So, there's a
Yeah.
practical reason. Like, the thing is, I think I pick leg because we've got better technology for supporting movement than we do
Dexterity, yeah.
hands, right?
Yeah.
Like, the replacement leg stuff is nothing is perfect, but there are more options for mobility than there are for the digits, the fingers. And I work in IT at the moment. Like I literally have I support software, and I work in code and stuff. I have to use computers quite complexly. That means navigating mouse and keyboard quite complexly. So
I
my
think I agree with
current
you.
yeah,
I think
it's hard.
I think like most of what I do could be done sitting down, and I think like I like again I work all day in computers. I really prize the fact that I have my fingies,
Yeah.
that I have my hands.
Big fingy boys.
And two is better than one in that situation. And maybe I can go for like the whole peg leg pirate thing. That might be nice.
Yar.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. All right, we've solved that one. That was pretty quick. That was a pretty definitive, easy one.
Do we shake hands?
Oh, sorry, loose leg.
Arms.
Yeah, keep
A
our arms.
gentleman's agreement.
We'll keep our arms.
Right. I'm going for Hat Russell. Hat Russell. Hat Russell.
Hat Russell. I
Hat
loved
Russell.
him in. I loved it. I love Hat Russell. He's my favorite actor.
Yeah. I like Russell Hatter. Russell Howard Hatter. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it's quite bad. It's quite bad. Don't listen to me. Right. James, would you rather your washing machine is permanently broken,
Okay.
or you'll know this one quite well, your shower only runs tepid?
Well, I live with that. I live with one of those already.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I already have the right answer for this, but you go.
Well, here's the thing. One is more damning than the other. If I have a broken washing machine, I cannot wash my clothes efficiently. Yes, I guess I could pour out a sink or a bathtub and do it the old scrub and dub way. But I refuse to consider that as a real option. So what I have is I have either something is broken or the other thing is a bit warm. Not very warm. Tepid. But it still works. So I picked the tepid option because I have a working washing machine and I just don't have a hot shower. But I still have a shower. And I think if I had been made to pick between a washing machine or a shower, like an actual way to wash myself, that would be a much harder decision.
I fully agree with you for all the exact same reasons. This is basically showing
Okay.
up that we're very similar people.
So okay, so just change shower as tepid to no shower
No shower.
and also no bath.
Okay.
So now your hygiene options are you have to leave the house and go hygiene, or you have to leave the house and go clean your clothes. That's
No.
essentially what.
I would say no washing machine because then in that situation because like I can just buy a lot of clothes, right? Like and I can like
It's a bit stinky. Just gonna pop on Amazon and 3
Yeah,
t-shirts.
exactly.
We're sorted.
I can get like 300 pairs of socks for £2 or something off Amazon.
Yeah, you probably can.
Like
you probably can.
I know it's not ecological friendly, but I have been cursed. I've been cursed by some kind of horrible washing machine god to never have a washing machine. So I've got to take matters into my own hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, laundrettes exist.
Also, laundrettes.
That
exist.
feels like the more reasonable answer, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just go down the laundrette. That just becomes a part of my routine.
I realise not everyone lives in an area with a laundrette, but
That's true.
you're in London.
That's true.
You probably.
If I didn't live near a laundrette and I had been cursed by this, I might move towards a laundrette. I think I have a bit. I still have some coffee.
Is that a decaf coffee? Is it a calf coffee?
It's freezing cold. I would love another coffee, please. Thank you.
I was going to say, surely it's no good anymore.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I've dropped a bunch of these on the floor.
Sorry, everyone, but the food exchange is happening.
This is not food.
The drink exchange is happening. Can I have a decaf coffee, please?
Right.
I
I feel like I'm going very slow. Right. Let's have this one, shall we? What is this? Okay. You can control the weather, or public transport always runs on time.
I mean, one's a superpower, one's the system works.
Yeah.
So
You're thinking that like if the trains run on time, great. The trains run on time. I like that, but that should be the case anyway. But there are the positive aspects of changing the weather, but also I could smite my enemies with lightning.
like one, I become a literal fucking like mutant, like Storm.
Yeah.
There are weather changing
You're a full-on
superheroes out
god,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, one, I become weather god. Two, oh, the bus arrived when the timetable said it was going to arrive,
But
like it normally does in my area of the country.
right.
I guess the alternative is I pick weather, and then public transport will never, ever, 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 ever be reliable for me ever again.
I think the constantly changing weather might fuck the trains.
I'm only if I'm constantly changing it.
I think you would.
No,
Yeah,
I'd
you would be able
probably
to, you would be
I'd
able to
keep
help yourself.
I'd
Look
keep
at you.
it the one way I
Look at
want
you.
it.
You wouldn't be able to help yourself.
I'd make it like
You're weak.
I'd make it
You're
like
weak.
it would be 22 degrees,
Yeah.
a little bit cloudy, a little bit sunny, all the time, pleasant.
Yeah, until
Balmy.
someone wrongs you, and then
Yeah, and then it's localized.
Yeah, but that's gonna have effects, right? The world's an ecosystem.
If I can control the weather, then a little storm cloud appears above your head,
Yeah.
and you get zapped, and everyone's fine.
Yeah, but there's a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
It knocks on.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
somewhere-
world is seeing the repercussions of your act of petty revenge.
Yeah, right. And when I learn to figure out how that works, I'll deal with it.
Cause problems, then deal with consequences.
Look, I'm controlling the weather over here, okay? I'm not an
Hey,
ecologist.
I'm weathering over here.
I'm just trying to get some petty revenge,
I'm
alright?
just petty
Step
revenging
off.
over here.
Get away from me, or I'll
Get
zap you.
out of here.
I'll zap you and apparently flood an innocent village in Botswana or something.
I would like public transport to run on time.
Because it took you 6 hours to get to fucking Bournemouth last weekend when it
Yeah.
should have taken you 2.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
no, but I think that I've had many more problems in my life that have been caused by bad public transport than have bad weather. I've had to cancel less things because of bad weather than I have because of bad public transport.
I have had to cancel relatively few things because of public transport, and also relatively few things of of the weather.
Right.
But if the public transport is bad, at least the weather's nice.
Yeah, but like I want to do most of the stuff I do is indoors anyway. I don't give a
I
shit.
drive, Jamie. I drive.
Okay.
This is why this isn't an issue. And Oxfordshire bloody transport is kind of all right generally most of the time. You know what I mean? Like it kind of is just fine.
I don't think we're going to agree on this. I
What?
think
We've got some weird looks from the tech team just there.
No, I thought Jamie was looking at me.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Hi tech team. You're doing a great job.
You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Everybody, please shout out to the amazing tech team, Maddie and Laura, and Ferry was there briefly for a bit as well.
Ferry's about to bring me a decaf coffee, I think.
Oh yeah.
But also
He's currently technically making.
just
green
shout
coffee.
out to the tech team, because it's not us. It's not just us who have got less than 10 hours left to the end of the stream. It's also them.
You can walk over and hand it over. It's fine.
Very, come on, just bring it up. Bring it on, buddy. Be a guest. Yeah. Thanks, man.
So it was a surprise they're still awake. Me too, buddy. Me too. I don't think we're going to agree on this.
That's fine. So what do we do when we don't shake hands?
Like tickle fingers.
I bat away your tickle
Yeah.
fingers.
Fair enough. All right, you'll go.
Yeah, all right. James, would you rather? Oh, this is a big one.
Oh, I can't wait to see what this one says.
Koto, wherever you are. Koto, you woke up like 30 minutes ago and tuned into the stream. If you can hear me, you have something. You have to answer for this. James, would you rather? It's so funny to me. Would you rather would you rather smooch your co-host, smooch, or treat your co-host's mother to a candlelit dinner?
I'll treat your mother to a candlelit.
I mean, the thing is like, I'm not against smooching you,
yeah,
but I would totally take your mum out for dinner.
yeah.
Like, I just
yeah.
would. Like,
Sorry, what? Sorry, what? If we could rewind a couple of sentences, what was that?
Well, it's like you wouldn't have to. Like, you could be like, Jonas, if you don't smooch Jamie, something bad will happen, and I'll be like, well, I don't want something bad to happen.
You can be that vague as well. You can just say something bad will happen,
Yeah,
and
I
Jonas goes, "Yeah, no more explanation needed."
what I just mean is I feel like I'm secure enough in my sexuality and my relationships that I can smooch my co-host and not make a big deal out of it. But also, I've just got the option to just go on a lovely dinner with Lou,
Yeah,
and I'm up for that.
yeah,
I like your mum,
yeah,
so all right, I'll take your mum for dinner.
yeah. I'll probably go on a dinner with your mum too.
I mean, like you have just I've been there as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, not alone. Yeah, I didn't go on a candlelit dinner with your mother.
No, but what I mean is like
You
we-
wouldn't mind if I did.
nah.
Yeah, fair
Why
enough.
would I give a shit? I just mean I'm not invested.
I mean, that was less contentious than we thought.
Yeah.
We basically just came to an answer pretty quickly.
I mean, the thing is, as well, is Koto is very aware of my mother's presence in all of this.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like
Maybe he was hoping that your mum would be around during that thing.
Yeah,
To hear me
to which-
me proposition her for a
Yeah.
candlelit dinner.
to which she would message you and say when,
Yeah,
When?
she would.
calendar,
Absolutely.
date, book it in right now.
Absolutely would. Yeah.
You coward. Like, yeah.
She would fully challenge me. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I guess we're gonna date each other's mums. Happy Mother's Day.
A gentleman's agreement.
Happy Mother's Day. All right. Here we go. Next up. Would you rather have a whisk for a hand or a ruler for a hand?
I'm trying to think about it. Like, what's your answer?
If this was a few years ago, I would immediately have gone ruler.
Okay.
Because I would say, I don't know how often I use a whisk, right? But these days,
No, you're an eggy boy.
I use a whisk on a regular basis. I love a good whisk. And having it to hand, although that being said, you rarely get a ruler dirty.
You rarely get a ruler dirty. I don't know, man.
And you rarely get a ruler dirty.
The greater ruler community, they are.
But
Oof.
a whisk is hard to clean.
Yeah, it is.
Harder than a hand.
Yeah.
Hands almost feel designed to be cleaned.
Boy, you remember when you get out there in that big old city, you remember one thing. A whisk is hard to clean, harder than a hand.
I mean, that's a piece of wisdom I think is worth knowing.
So do you have a decision in your side? So here's the thing. I don't use a ruler much because I don't measure centimeters on a bit of paper, or nor do I draw straight lines on a bit of paper.
You can measure other things.
Thanks.
You're not limited to paper.
But where the the whisk has like a function over form, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
suddenly I'm good in the kitchen.
Suddenly I'm whisking.
But also, like, I could still just pick up a whisk and whisk.
Yeah.
The ruler hand would be simpler to like live your life with. Like, you'd be able to pick up things and put it on your ruler hand.
You can pick up things and shove it through the whisk.
Yeah, but the
Yes.
whisk is fucked up. Some whisks are flimsy to the point of not actually having structural stability.
Voice of God. Voice of God.
Voice of
Voice of
God.
God. I've got a question. Are the whisk and the ruler made of flesh?
The whisk and the ruler it's an Avi Hamza hook for a hand situation, but it's a whisk or a ruler, and they're not detachable, so you've got to commit.
So it is the material that
It is the
thing
material of that
normally is.
thing,
It's
yeah.
not a flesh whisk.
It's not a flesh whisk.
Okay, all
I
right.
can't drink this. I'm laughing. That's so silly.
The truth of the matter is that both of them are only useful when you need that thing.
Also, imagine whisking, but like this. like with your whole forearm. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I whisk, you whisk with your wrist, and you get to twist. You got more dexterity, and
Yeah, and I'm rarely
your arm gets so tired when you whisk, and if you're whisking with your whole forearm,
I think here's an important thing. I'm rarely somewhere where I need a whisk where I can't find a whisk.
yeah.
But I fairly regularly am like, I need a ruler. Fuck, where the fuck's a ruler in this house?
Yeah.
The whisk has a very specific place it lives. It comes out, it does its thing, it goes back. And even me, who is practiced at losing objects, leaving them in various random places of the house, have never left a whisk in a room other than the kitchen. So I would say that probably the ruler is the way to go.
I pick ruler.
I think we're agreed on
I pick ruler.
hand.
Ruler hand.
There we are.
A gentleman's agreement.
A gentleman's agreement. All right, you're up next.
Well, I picked one out earlier. I haven't read it yet. Let's go. Okay.
You look
Fairy.
so suspicious.
It's a fairy. Would you like to play? Would you rather? It's the name of the game. Would you rather?
You just have to read out what's on the paper.
Would you rather play the perfect game once or several mediocre games? The perfect game once or several mediocre games?
So the question here is...
To interject, specifically board games.
Oh, so specifically board games.
Sorry. Would you rather play the perfect board game once or several mediocre games?
So that's quite important because most board games finish after one play rather than like a video game which might run on and on and on. You could pick like Final Fantasy 14 and be like, I'm still playing it, my first play. So to have played the perfect board game and then never be allowed to play it again. Just constantly be telling people. Because one of the things I really like about board games is sharing them with other people.
Playing them with other people, yeah.
Right? Being like, oh, I played this amazing board game. I want to play it with you. And if you play this board game, you're like, it was incredible. It was everything you want out of a board game. There was worker placement. There was dice rolling. You get to punch the other players occasionally. It's everything you could ever want from a board game, right? But I cannot play it with you. I'll hand it to you. I mean, that's kind of a cool story. A board game that people can only ever play once. You hand it to someone, they play it with their group of friends, and then they move on. Hello, Keemsy.
Yeah, hey, Kamesy.
We were talking about you earlier. We had Gender Meowster on. We were talking about the mutual aid stream.
Yeah, Kamesy, I'm flagging now harder than I've flagged the whole stream.
I've been going in waves. At the moment, I'm a bit on the up.
I'm hitting eyeball tiredness and general. What the fuck are you talking about? Levels of dissociation.
Well, we'll get a croissant in you soon, and then that'll keep you going.
Ugh. And I've got a decaf coffee here.
Lady
So
Cupcake.
yeah,
Lady Cupcake is an excellent username.
Lady Cupcake.
like
Thanks,
that.
thanks for the.
Hopefully, you'll be tuning in for the cupcake segment at 8 a.m. Yeah. So I don't know why I sounded like a robot. Evie. Hello.
Evie tattoo Evie.
So Jonas. Hello. We were talking about you earlier as well.
Yeah.
So I kind of like this mythical idea of playing an amazing board game, but you're only ever allowed to play it once, and then you have to hand it on to someone new.
I mean, so the would you rather implies, right, that I play the perfect board game once,
and then you can never play another board game.
and then never play another board game in my life, perhaps. But here's the thing: I don't have a lot of free time, So I have friends who ask me to come round like frequently to play board games. They want to organize board game nights. And I am constantly going, look at my calendar. And they're like, oh shit, you're not free for 4 weeks. And I'm like, exactly. And then a board game night gets planned for in 5 weeks, and then it gets cancelled because one person in the group can't make it anyway. So we just don't do anything. So I would rather, like you, just find that one golden opportunity, that one perfect moment to just play the best board game of my night of my life, and walk away knowing that that was like fucking worth it, bruh.
See, yeah. Finish your thought.
And then from that moment on, I cherish that thing happened. And there are other forms of entertainment in the world that will see me through to my grave.
See, this is the thing: is I agree with you on that concept, but the other side of the coin is that playing a bunch of mediocre board games, like several mediocre board games, is my life. Right? Like I have board games I love, but I've also played a lot of mediocre board games in my life as well.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
I've played some even worse than mediocre board games. There's one over there in particular called Class War, which is not good. It's an experiment in and a failed experiment. Um, but the thing about playing board games is not necessarily the game you are playing. And I actually think that when people get too into a board game, like when they, really want to win, that's when the board game starts becoming less fun. I think that board games are at their most fun when it's a sort of thing that we're doing, like that we can sort of enjoy sort of interacting with, but also we're all interacting with each other as well, being in the same space. We do a lot of board game nights with Joe, who was here earlier, and his partner, and there's just a lot of fun chat and a lot of hanging out and a lot of doing those things. And occasionally I throw a really horribly complicated board game onto the table, and burn everyone's brain for like an hour and a half. Um,
I've never seen Ben nod with such vehement agreement.
I do like my complicated board games. I will give you that. Um, but yeah, I think thinking about it, I'd probably take the mediocre ones, and because I cherish that friendship time.
Yeah, all right. Well, like for me, I picked the perfect game just because I get very dejected when, after all scheduling conflicts, we play a bunch of games and they're mediocre. And if the games are mediocre and the night is mediocre, then I don't like that. That's like how that's like, oh, that was Wednesday night, mediocre.
Well, what we'll do is, obviously we had a board game night planned that we ended up cancelling, so we're going to reschedule it. And what I'll do is I will pick out the choicest cuts.
Should I do it tonight?
Well, after the stream.
Well, I mean, Sunday. Yeah, I'm free.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's my birthday tomorrow. We could do a birthday.
Especially your birthday. So yeah.
But yeah, next when you come over for a board game night, I'll pick out the choicest cuts. You can give me like the kind of flavors you like, and then I'll pick out the choicest cuts.
I think we were quite up for doing mind management again.
Yeah, we
Mind
can absolutely
MGMT
do some
because
mind management.
because also I wanted like Mary to play the game and experience the game and enjoy the game.
Mind management's a good one. We can absolutely do that. But yeah.
So we disagree on this one.
I think so.
But politely.
But politely, like chums. You read that out.
No.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, you have to bat me away.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to,
Thanks.
Kimsey says, also, perfect board game that can play once reminds me of a cartoon I read where a DM gets death to play a game for a bet. Cool. Maddie agrees with us, or with me, and says, you think we'll be sleeping? Yeah. I kind of miss sleep.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking longingly about the times I used to sleep.
I don't disagree with you at all. Playing board games with death reminds me of Bill and Ted, where they gamble for their life and they end up being really good at every game.
Yeah, and that itself is a parody of The Seventh Guest,
right?
Which is a very famous film which features someone playing chess with death.
Okay.
All right. I think that's the name of the film. There's a very famous film. I was supposed to study at university. I chose my words very carefully, though.
Yep.
Right. Would you rather never know when people are lying or always know when people are lying?
Oh, just always. Just all the poker face power. The poker face power would be so fun. It would also I know she says like it destroys her and it's really bad. Like
I know that there is a cautionary tale about this, but
But-
I think I'm built different.
but do you not
I-
the thing is in all these scenarios, right, where we are being given a chance to pick between one thing and the other, I pick the extraordinary. I pick the
Mm.
thing that's so different from what I know now because I relish like the opportunities it could present, not the curses that come with it.
Did you see that tweet about the guy who said that he thinks that he could probably survive that deep sea Titanic sub implosion?
Yes.
He was like, I don't know, I don't know. I just think I'm built different. And
Yeah,
I'd
no,
probably
I
just
think
survive
I
it.
would just
I'd
survive it.
probably,
Yeah.
probably like escape through a crease or
I
something.
just think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like I think that's you, like after watching Poker Face and being like, that really fucks up her life. I mean, that really sucks for you, man. But I'm just built different. You know, I think that actually I'd be really good with that.
I mean, it's not a thing that kills people, so there is that.
That's true. It isn't like being imploded in a sub.
It's just you know when people are lying, and I think that would be like, I don't know. I do think that might come with like more heartbreak and pain than like good.
Sylvie
But-
says, "No, I read that post and was like, yep, that's our New Zealand friend."
What?
Oh dear. Oh,
Um,
chat wants the one perfect board game, so that's it.
Chat wants the one perfect board game.
They're on your
Nice.
side.
Chat knows what they want. But I also think if you're surrounded with the right people, then it shouldn't be bad that you know when people are lying.
I agree.
Like-
I would pick always know someone if people's lying, because obviously there'd be some uncomfortable things like, you know, your partner lying to you and you being like, oh shit, I know you're lying to me. But I think if you're socially adept enough, you can sort of navigate the times where people are lying and you understand why they're lying to you, kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I also think that that if you didn't ever know when people were lying, you would just get taken advantage just constantly. See you later, Sonja Birch.
Bye,
Sonia Birch.
Sonia. Bye.
Thank you for joining. And thank you for donating. And thank you everyone who's donated. It's been really lovely of you. You can still donate at the link down there. You know, everyone has been so incredibly generous. And it's really, really lovely. Imagine being socially adept. Could never be me.
I mean, yeah. You said I'm quite socially adept, and I was like,
well,
all right,
I imagine. Okay, so
all right, mate.
so you're thinking I know when anyone's lying, and I'm gonna kick up a fucking fuss every single time. Anytime I'm gonna be like, you fucking like,
No, but I think I think it has the potential to eat away at you slowly over the years.
I just think that you're gonna get taken advantage of constantly if you never know when people are lying. Like there's a certain
Yeah.
level of understanding that people aren't telling the truth, which is necessary for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also just means that you basically become the butt of the joke from that film where Ricky Gervais becomes the one man who can lie.
Yeah.
Because-
if we had reviewed that, that would be the worst film.
Yeah.
The Invention of Lying
Invention of
is
Lying.
an absolute travesty of cinema.
Because you reach a point where if you can never tell when people are lying, is that the same as always assuming that people are telling truth? Like, does that become... Do you basically become conditioned to believe that, well, no one lies?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, I pick always lying.
We know when people are lying.
Always
A
know when people
gentleman's
are lying.
agreement.
A gentleman's agreement. A gentleman's agreement.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, Dennis.
I'm so fucking tired.
News just in.
Hi, chat. I'm so fucking tired.
All right.
It's upside down.
That's an unsolvable problem.
Okay, well, this is an interesting one.
I'll play your game.
This is an interesting one. Play my game, James. Would you rather never stub your toe for the rest of your life or never get a cold for the rest of your life? I know what my answer is instantly.
I'll never get a cold.
You'll never get a cold?
I'll never get a cold.
Oh, man, I'm going for never stub my toe.
What?
What? Shocking development.
The most divisive
Can the
of
audience
questions so
can the
far.
audience pipe down, please?
Stubbing your toe is like a pain for like 10, 20 minutes. A cold can knock you out for like days.
There's a few reasons. One, I stub my toe a lot, and it upsets me emotionally more in the immediate 5 minutes than a cold does over a week.
What are you talking about?
No, I get so upset when I hit my toe, and it hurts,
What?
and I'm in like
What?
genuine
Do you
pain.
like stub your toe and just break down crying? And you're just like rolling around on the floor, and people are like, "Jonas, you okay?" And you're like, "Oh, I can't take it." Like,
No,
what are you on about?
No, I hit my toe.
A week's worth of being bedbound,
No,
and that's well.
no, cold's not bedbound. Yeah.
You can have a bad cold.
You don't have immunity from flu or COVID, just colds.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like you have a
common
bad
cold.
You have a bad cold. You have a rotten 5 days.
Nah.
But you stub your toe.
I picked up my toe. I picked up my toe for another reason as well. If I get a cold, I'm not working. So cold gives me sick days, and sometimes you get colds that aren't that bad.
A, you can get sick from other things, and B, you can just lie.
Why would I do that? That's immoral. Because your boss would be like, "You never get a cold."
I like the idea
I know
of
you
you
don't.
getting a cold and be like, "Thank God I'm not at work." There's nothing I'd rather do than curl up in bed and feel awful.
So I don't get a lot of colds either. Like
Mhm.
I haven't had a cold much, but I have genuinely bashed my toe very painfully in the house like 4 times this year.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I have 4 really quite negative emotions, like experiences, where I hit my toe and I crouch in pain and I check my nail, and I've had so many ingrown toenails for the past 5 years, Jamie,
Yeah.
and I'm a diabetic who has nerve pains in my foot, and I have a lot of foot issues, and I need physiotherapy for my feet. I want my feet to not be bashed against things.
Yeah.
So if I can magically make never bashing my toe against something happen,
Yeah.
I immediately want that in my life.
Yeah.
The common cold can just fucking stay. I don't care. That's my attitude towards this. I
Okay.
just am not negatively impacted by colds nearly as much as I'm negatively impacted by foot shit.
What about either you never stub your toe or you never die?
Well, then we get
That's
into
not the deal.
we get into the existential question, don't we? Of is immortal life really worth it? Do I remain eternally young, or do I just age and become old and decrepit, and then I walk around as a skeleton, never dying?
All of you ages apart from the toe.
What does that mean?
Your toe stays youthful. You have nice youthful toes.
Say that again. My toe stays.
You have pristine youthful toes, but the rest of you is wrinkly and desiccated.
James, I pick I never stub my toe. I do it. I pick I never stub my toe.
I think I never get colds anymore.
I'm gonna get a hammer and smash your toe every day.
I don't think if you're immune to stubbing your toe that people can't smash your toes with hammers. I don't think that if someone smashes your toes with hammers, you go, "Damn it, you've stubbed my toes."
Oh. What is going on in chat about this?
Oh my god.
Sylvie, you're a normal functioning human being. 5 a.m. normal, depends which toe, any toe. My small toe is vulnerable. I wish to protect it. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
MS.
you cannot be killed. You
nausea
cannot
and
be killed, but you can
migraines.
still stub your toe.
Does immortality last when the earth ends? James going Quentin Tarantino on us. Oh, okay.
This one is listed as genuine ambulance small talk question. So this is right from the mouth of
from
ambulance
our
workers.
ambulance specialist in the field.
Would you rather diarrhea or vomiting?
Generally,
Yeah.
on me, in me,
Out of you?
out of me.
Coming out.
Coming out.
Bah!
Bah!
I
Bah!
I think so. This is a bit opposite to the last one. I don't vomit often, but
Yeah. But when I do,
I've had diarrhea like a few times in the last year. But I think I don't vomit often because the idea of vomiting, I fucking hate it. I don't want to ever vomit. I fucking don't. I just, it is the least enjoyable. Enjoyable, is that the word?
pastime, yeah.
I don't vomit because I do everything I can in my life to avoid vomiting as a symptom.
Yeah. You
Right.
take precautions.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
just like, if I feel nauseous, I treat it immediately as an urgent problem that needs to be solved right now, not as oh, that probably means I'm gonna vomit later. Oh, just deal with it then.
Yeah.
You know,
As someone who suffers from IBS, diarrhea is my life.
that sounds like the opening of an ad. Hi.
And I think that I'd rather that than vomit, because the better the devil you know.
Yeah, and at least you get a lot of screen time. You sit
Yeah.
down, your legs are
Yeah.
rested.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
you
loads
buy
of benefits.
you buy yourself the posh toilet paper.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's all upside. It really is.
honestly, it's a lofty. It's the life to live.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the life
I would
to live.
recommend it to anyone.
Would
so
the
what-
ambulance expert tell us, is that a correct answer?
What's the correct answer to that one?
I went for vomiting.
Well, as a man who spent
you
most of-
freak.
as this man who's spent
How
most of
would
his
you put it
20s vomiting.
Like, if you got diarrhea, you can't trust a fart, and I don't want to live in a world where I can't trust a fart.
If you've got diarrhea, you can't trust a
Ferry's
fart.
a man
Wow.
who Ferry's a man who trusts easily, and like, to have his body betray that kind of trust is just something he can't handle. You know, that's what we like about him. He's a man who just, you know, he's quick to trust. Yeah, I disagree with you though. I think we've come to a conclusion. Jonas, do you want to shake on that?
Let's shake on it. Yeah.
Congratulations. We've would you rather
Congratulations, diarrhea.
for an entire hour. Congratulations, diarrhea. You are the winner of the award. There you are. Congratulations. All right, it is now 6 o'clock, which means that it is technically time for breakfast.
It's breakfast time. Well,
It
what's
is the
with the?
breakfast
There's giggling fits coming from our
Yeah,
tech
it's gotten very
team.
loud in the tech booth. With all
And
the
it's like they know something that we don't know, and they're laughing about us.
they're laughing at us. They're laughing at us.
Question choice leading into breakfast.
Oh, yeah, well, we could do one more to I'm sure this will definitely.
I'm going to be honest, I think eating a croissant is not going to take you a full hour.
No, but we've got 5 compliments we need to do. We've got to paint another handful of nails. We've got various other games that we didn't do that we can get to. In fact, we can chat about the Ultimate Rewind, if you like.
Oh my god, yeah, we have to talk
Yeah.
about the Ultimate Rewind.
Okay, let's have breakfast then. Breakfast segment. The first thing we need to do is we need to do 5 compliments.
I'm telling someone to come watch the stream.
Okay, cool. All right. So, compliment number 1. Jonas, I like that we respectfully disagreed on some of those things, and the ones that we did agree on, I felt like we bonded closer as people because we found things in common in those would you rathers.
Okay, thank you. Jamie, I fucking hell, why am I here? Okay, James,
Yes.
my compliment to you. You took on that glitter like a fucking champ.
I am so covered in
You're
glitter.
so fucking covered in glitter.
I can't see it as well on the
Oh.
screen, but man, oh man, am I just glitter from head to toe.
When you shave, it's not going to be enough to remove the glitter in your beard.
No, it's going to be embedded in my skin, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to sparkle like Twilight.
I want to sparkle like Twilight.
And then, so that's 1-1.
Yeah.
Now I'll do my second 2. James.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. This fucking thing on my leg.
Goro Majima from Yakuza. I think you did a great job. You drew like a Japanese hardened dude with an eye patch with his hair and his big mouth. He's going Haijo. I think you did a great. I like that I've got Yakuza on my body. Not permanently, but maybe I'll get a tattoo there.
I think you should. I think you should go in with that tomorrow and just be like, Trace over.
Yep.
Oh, you set on all the would you rathers.
Trace.
Thank you. Thank you. I was pleased with that drawing as well.
I think it's particularly good because you're not familiar with the series. But you went for it. You just went for it.
Thank you. I want to compliment. You were really good in that interview we did with Gender Meowster. You were really good at getting them to open up about stuff. And you asked some really great questions and yeah, you had a really friendly chat with there, and you were really good. And that is sort of an extension as well of my earlier compliment of saying that it was excellent that you've managed to get so many of these guests to join in with us. That's really, really excellent, and it's been the lifeblood of this whole thing. Thank you very much for all of the various compliments that have been laid out. My next compliment is my next compliment is that man, getting your brain to like work is really hard, isn't it? Like getting the hamsters to start running.
Have you tried gateway drugs?
No, but I might.
Just here on the stream right now, terms of service. Let's go.
I like that you really enjoyed one of my favourite board games and you want to play it again with me.
Aww. I've complimented you on the board game bit already. So I won't go for that. Let's go for
Thank you, Hawk. Thank you for
Hawk.
joining.
Get your peace and
Thank you,
quiet.
Laura.
Thank you so much for giving all the support, Hawk. Hope you're doing all right. And thanks for keeping us company throughout the night. Compliment chat instead of each other. No, we have to compliment each other. You don't need compliments, chat. You're too validated as it is. Going hungry with power. James.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
I like that you. I'm quite proud of you on going on quite a lot of outdoor adventures recently. You did your walking tour, your little walking holiday. You've done quite a lot of camping in the last like 2 to 3 years. Where I wouldn't have associated you as like a camper.
You wouldn't consider me a happy camper.
I wouldn't consider you a happy camper, but you've gone out and you're like, no, Jonas, I am a happy camper.
I am.
And I'm like, oh, that's something I didn't know about you. Proud of you, buddy. Well done on camping.
Thank you.
Not for me.
Is it my go?
No, it's my go again.
Oh, okay.
But this is my third one. No,
Okay,
this is my fourth one.
Okay, yeah. So we've got 2 left each.
Why do we have so many compliments?
People have been lovely and donated money to our cause.
They've been disgustingly lovely and donated money to our cause. James,
Yes?
the Bunyip Manuelas.
Yes.
I like that you I like that you have two brothers that I get on with as well. One who I haven't seen in a very long time, I'm very fond of. And the other who I see less of, but I like just fine.
I like that because you don't have any siblings, I don't have to navigate the awkwardness of if you had a bad sibling.
That is one of my that is famously one of my best traits.
Yeah. And I also like I'm really impressed by all of the like game industry networking stuff you've been doing lately. You really going out there, getting it, and that's really cool. That's really interesting. That you like, you've met a lot of really interesting people, and it's really cool that you're doing that.
Thanks, buddy. And Kamesy, look, you have to appreciate that we are on like compliment 25 or something at this point. I don't know.
There's more than that. I think it's like 34 or something.
I don't know how many
Yeah.
compliments we've done, but so look, if I'm just gonna extend outside of Jamie and say I like his brothers, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I think at one point I said that I like the fact that he stalks the night looking for not vagabonds, looking for criminals.
Yeah, you just made up. Yeah, Jamie. I like how I like how in a dream I had about you. You were a nice man.
You could put a bit more effort into it than
That's
that.
not my real compliment. That's me making fun of your vagabond one.
I don't mind you making things up. You just got to put a bit more effort into it.
I see. James,
Yes.
I like that through you, I learn about shows and media that are fucking great, and I wouldn't have known about them otherwise. Ted Lasso, Severance, and Poker Face, three big ones that I've enjoyed over the last year or two, and they've been just really good. I've connected with them really strongly, and I would have learned about them, but I definitely wouldn't have been like convinced to watch them or make the effort to watch them were it not for you directly having that influence.
Amazing. We do actually just have to do one more compliment because Evie just donated £20.
Evie, love and hate.
Thank you so much, Evie. Thank you very much for the £20. That's really lovely of you. So
We also have to tattoo each other.
we also have to tattoo each other. So you need to pick a drawing that will be tattooed. You're drawing on me next, I think. Oh, so I've got to find that pen under the sofa. Prepare.
I couldn't find. Yeah.
Prepare for an ass shot.
Shut at that ass.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Evie. Post in chat what you want your tattoo to be. And we need one more compliment.
Well, I just complimented you.
Yeah, and then you got to do another one.
James, I like that you at one point in your life played Final Fantasy 14 with me.
I like your big silly Hulk sculpture. I think it's really good.
It's really good.
I think
It's really good. Look at him. Look at the Hulk over
Look at
there.
him go.
Look at his big face.
Okay, you got to draw a Korok sacrifice on me.
I'm gonna do that in a minute. I'm gonna pop to Lee.
Okay, and then we'll trade, and I'll go to the Lee.
We'll trade lose.
We'll trade lose.
Right.
Wow, it's just me on my lonesome. It's getting harder and harder to sort of keep the chat going on my own because I'm so tired now. But I can chat with you guys in chat. Hello everybody, how are you all doing at this early hour in the morning? It might be early where you are. It's definitely early where we are. It's 6:20. We started at 3 p.m. yesterday. So
It's 10 past 6.
sorry, 10 past it. Fucking hell! I looked at the 2 and I went 20. It's 10 past 6. Man, oh man, we've got 8 hours and nearly 50 minutes left of the stream to go. But honestly, at around the sort of like 8 or 9 hours in mark, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna do this. This is like really, really tough. And now we're this far in, the time seems to be going a lot quicker. I'm starting to feel a bit better about the whole endeavor. Sylvie says, I'm wide awake and I've been up since 9 a.m. and it's making me realise I'm not normal. To be fair, none of this is normal. I don't think you can judge yourself against this benchmark. Being up being up since 9 a.m. Oh right, so you've done a big loop. Oh yeah, that is wild that you're still awake. That is wild. I'm at work regretting volunteering for overtime. Well, at least you can spend it with us. The easier part is coming up. Hello, Steltech. Welcome back. The easier part is coming up. Is that true? Is that true? Well, so next up we've got RoosaRacoon, who's going to come in and do a Finland quiz, which is exciting. We've got Art Attack, which is a drawing game that we should be doing. We're actually pretty heavily on top of all of the donations now, so we should be able to do some things. That being said, though, RoosaRacoon has just donated €20. So thank you so much, Roosa. You get to decide on a tattoo that will be drawn on one of us. And also, we need to do another compliment. Thank you. It's not Rooster, it's Roosa, Roosa, who is our Finland expert, who we'll be talking to in less than an hour now. In 3/4 of an hour, we will be talking to Roosa face to face. Good morning, Roosa. Yeah, thank you for the donation. That's really lovely of you. You get to decide. So you get to draw. You get to pick a small drawing that will be drawn on one of us. At the moment, I'm about to have a Korok sacrifice drawn on me, and then whatever you pick, I will be drawing on Jonas. Where do you want to go?
Let's go for this one because I can see a lot of real estate over here. So I have to remember that a Korok is like a weird little fucked up leaf face man. So I have to draw like a leaf first.
Up on screen.
What? Oh, I know the sacrifice element. I just need the leafy bit, but yeah, he's fine. And then he's got a little smile and some eyes, and then he's got like a body behind it. That's the body, and then the sacrifice element is just going to be a knife plunged into its body. Coming out the other side, blood dripping down. This is the Master Sword. Thanks, Link. Can't believe you did this. And that's it. It's perfect.
Excellent. Okay, so there's the Korok sacrifice.
What do you want me to do with the eyeliner pen or whatever?
That's my Korok sacrifice on my arm. That's it there. There you go. I'm looking tatted up. All right, then I've got to draw a raccoon on you, which is very appropriate. Can I find my pen?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm just going to bring up a quick picture of a raccoon on this tablet. Where would you like me to draw a raccoon?
Let's put a raccoon on my right arm. Maybe up here somewhere. Give it the muscle.
Up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty.
Good morning, everyone that is joining us in the morning. Thank you for joining us in the morning. What do you want from me? Surely Janus realised he should get an actual raccoon tattoo. I think I have my next tattoo planned, Rusa. It doesn't have a raccoon involved, I'm afraid. But there's always the next one.
That's a poor attempt at a raccoon.
I think that's all right. I like that. I'll show it off.
Show it off to the screen.
Evie, how's the tattoo feeling this morning? I'm going to show off the... This is the raccoon here. Look at him.
There's that little raccoon guy. There you go.
There you go.
Amazing. A raccoon tattoo in your honor, Roosa. And in about 45 minutes, we'll be chatting to you about Finland, about doing a lovely Finland quiz.
Oh, Canada.
So far, I've won the trophy twice now, but neither of us have any knowledge of Finland. So it's a plain playing field, I think.
You say that. How do I know that you didn't do like a Finland wiki dive or something?
I wouldn't do that to you. I'm a good, honest man. I'm
I-
just a normal man.
I would do
just
that
an
to me.
innocent man. Right. I'm gonna pop to the loot, and then we got a compliment to do. A lovely compliment in Roosa's honor. But before I do go though, thank you so much everyone for donating. It's amazing that we've made it this far. It's amazing that we've made so much money. What's wrong with you?
Is this peanut butter?
No,
Oh no, it's homemade.
it's
jam.
homemade plum jam in a peanut butter jar.
That was terrifying. You've got a jar that says it's crunchy peanut butter, and then I look inside and it's some weird congealed jelly thing.
So
You want some crunchy
I'll be alright.
thank you for donating, everybody. It's been really amazing. There's been so many of you donated, and we really appreciate all of it. We've come so far, so much further than we ever expected to. Thank you so much. There's still 8 hours and 41 minutes, so if you find a few pennies down the back of the sofa, you can always chuck them our way towards this thing. But really, all of you have been amazing, and we're still looking forward to getting to the very end and the grand finale of the whole thing. Right, I'm gonna pop to the loot, and then we've got some compliments to do.
I thought we did that compliment.
No, Roosa donated, so we've got another compliment to do.
Ugh, never ends. So tired of complimenting my friend.
Jonas, whose idea was the compliments reward?
And self-care. We haven't done any self-care, we've just been complimenting.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyways, it's fine. But at the end of this, I won't compliment Jamie for like 3 years. So, we spent all the compliments. Yeah. Comment back there. That's how men work. You know, that's the masculine form at its peak. I don't know if people in chat know what happened when we got £2,000. Do we have a way to bring up the milestones, including the £2,000 milestone, or is it not included in the... It might not be included in the thing. All right. So, well, just to give everyone a little heads up of what's happened over the last 16 hours or whatever. So we've raised £2,000, £2,067.96 or something like that. At several points throughout the stream, we've been donated amounts of money to help make the amount donated look like 69 or 420 or 420.69. So nice all around. We got like glitter Bunyip. We got like the first 250 quid within like 15 minutes, 10 minutes of starting the stream, I swear to God. We were at £500 before we'd even finished like the first hour or two. 750 before we'd even finished like the first 2 hours, because we had to implement rules of nature with our first guest, his cursedness. And then we got a clean shaven Bunyip not long after that. So we managed to get our £1,000 in like easily the first 3 to 4 hours of the stream, which is just stupid. It is just stupid and nice that all of you people would donate that kind of money. I mean, you're doing it for charity, but we are the people here who you are like channeling that charitable donation through, and that is a strange and wonderful thing. Thank you. And then we added the secret goal at £2,000. Because at £1,000, sorry, we're going to shave Jamie's beard. So it's got a bunch of glitter in it right now. But we've got to shave the beard off at the end of the stream. And at £2,000, I'm losing all my hair.
Yeah. So all the hair is going. And then at £4,000, yeah, they're cracking 4 eggs on my head. Do you want to put in a monetary amount where we don't shave your head?
It'll be 3,000, yeah.
So you want the £3,000 goal to be that we don't shave your head at £3,000.
If we get £3,000, what if we like cut my dreads off with scissors? but we keep the afro hair. And then everyone gets a dread. Everyone who donated, we send them a dread.
That's worse than not doing it.
Maybe. Okay, no, not all my hair, but my head hair. But I'm glad you asked about eyebrows and not following up in any other weird way.
All right.
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 Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Do you want to talk about some films we watched that the other one reviewed? Do you want to tell me what you thought about The Lighthouse?
The Ultimate Rewind. All right, guys. It's 4 p.m. on Saturday, the 1st of July, and we're finally doing the section that was in our schedule, The Ultimate Rewind.
No, it's 4 p.m. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jamie, The Lighthouse. For anyone that doesn't really know, The Lighthouse is a film about Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is a lighthouse keeper on an island in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's like the 60s or 50s or maybe earlier, maybe like the 1800s. I don't know. I actually don't know. Do you know?
I think it's intentionally vague.
Intentionally vague. Point is, they don't have mobile phones, they don't have internet, no one's Skyping, no one's WhatsApping.
Just living in the moment.
Living in the moment.
Yeah.
Just two dudes having a good time.
No.
What's clear is Willem Dafoe is the keeper of this lighthouse. And Robert Pattinson is new. He is going to be a new keeper, lighthouse keeper, a junior. And
something happened to the previous one.
Something happened to the previous one. Now there is a sort of like military rank of command going on here. So Robert Pattinson has to do everything that Willem Dafoe tells him to. By the way, they have names. I forgot their names.
No, they're named after their actors.
Yeah, all right. Willem. So Willem is like an old man who is like, you do what I tell you, boy. He's not Scottish. And
he drinks a lot.
He drinks a lot, and he keeps insisting that despite the rule being that both these lighthouse keepers should split the responsibilities 50-50, which includes actually going up into the lighthouse, the old man says, no, I'm the only one who gets to go up into the lighthouse. I do that. You do everything else. That's just the way it is. You can't disobey me. And over time, you know, the relationship of these two men waxes and wanes, right? Like, they are forced to sleep on uncomfortable cots in a very tight room with each other. They are forced to eat meals at like oil lantern light in the dark, like in what is otherwise a dark room, where one of them has like toiled and worked really hard all day, and the other is like basically just stood in a tower with a nice view. And this happens day in, day out, with the island and its claustrophobic nature and its isolation from like humanity clearly ripping into the psyche of both of them. Just perhaps one of them more than the other, but it's never clear like who is more insane at any given time. And it's fucking weird.
It's such a good film. It's basically like a sort of analysis of kind of how these sea myths begin. Like it's two people who are in a fraught situation with like not much to do, a lot of alcohol, like it's kind of a horrible situation to be in, a lot of sort of strange power dynamics, and it just sort of it becomes this whole like, it's hard to tell if you're watching the story of what happened at the old lighthouse or what's actually happening at the old lighthouse, and you sort of get mixed up and down as to sort of what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of like things that they set up really early on, finding a little like mermaid statuette and and hearing tales about how it might be cursed. Being told that it's bad luck to kill a seabird, boy. You kill a seabird, it's bad luck. They got the souls of sailors inside them, and things like that. And then, Robert Pattinson is young. He is not a sailor or a lighthouse keeper by trade. He's been like a wanderer, a traveler. It's clear that he's trying to like, he's trying to get away from something or someone, that he's trying to get away from a past life. And it's clear that he's quite like impressionable, and he's keen to please and impress, but at times like has that like really wants to like communicate his self-worth quite loudly. And Willem just plays this bumbling but loud and defiant and authoritative figure who, in all of his awkwardnesses as a man, and all of his like failures as a kind human being, is the authority here. He is the boss. He gets to say what happens, and he gets to be in charge. And when he's got a drink and meal in hand, he's warm, he's kind, he sings songs, he tells stories. But the moment that authority is challenged, he snaps. And these two men are constantly battling quietly and loudly, like every day, in the subtlety of that authority, and the subtle like but the loudness of their isolation. Yeah.
It's such a great character piece. Like, Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, they're constantly acting their hearts out, and it must have been so intense to film, because it's really characterful, and it's really gritty, and that they just feel like really on the edge of sanity, or like they really take it to the brink. And it's so hard to know what's real and what actually happened, and if these people are sort of mythically weird, or if this is just sort of if this is sort of a falsehood, or a fairy tale kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's also it's very uncomfortable.
It's very
It's
uncomfortable.
very
Yeah.
uncomfortable at times. These two men, like, you just wake up in the middle of the night and one of them's just wanking.
Yeah.
And then even weirder after that is Willem Dafoe's up in the lighthouse, having a good time, being by himself. We're shown scenes of him for some reason, like every now and then, like stripping and standing in the lantern's light, the lighthouse's like beam of light, and he's like ecstatic about the light washing over his body. But we're shown this in like glimpses and clips, like we're never actually able to see it as like a shot that is held and explained to us. And then there's this weird scene where Robert Pattinson gets curious. He wants to go up to the lighthouse, so he silently crawls up there at night while Willem's up there. He wants to know what Willem's up to. And you hear the shuffles of a man. And you hear the shuffles of a man for a long time. And keep in mind, this lighthouse, it's made of like gratings, like grates, and not solid floors. And Robert Pattinson looks up, and then a liquid drips down past his face. And it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
That's not oil.
There's a big gap between us, Late Booty, because we have to keep our microphones as far apart as possible so that we don't end up like getting the audio crossing. We can go a bit closer, but it is much easier for us to just rest and nestle into the corners of the sofa, especially because we've been at this for a long time now. We've been at this for how many hours now?
How many?
16?
Who are you? How long have I been here?
16 hours.
Who are you
nearly.
talking to, James?
So all in all, you would recommend The Lighthouse?
I would recommend it to like people who I think are very like open-minded and like open to a very intimately weird.
It's definitely
And
intense and it's
it's
definitely intimate. Yeah.
it's quite distressing as well. Like it's a film that's not without like hardship and struggle and yeah, just genuine like alarm. That like
Yeah.
if you recommended that to someone who was like for looking for quite a comfortable time or like drama but without, it's a different type of drama, right?
Yeah.
It just is. Um, but yeah, so
Could you turn me up a notch on the audio device?
I could, but you also just don't keep the mic as close to your mouth.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll keep it up. Keep it up. Guys, it's me. I'm doing it. Um, sorry that the energy has dropped a little bit, pals, but I think it will definitely shoot back up again when we've got Rusa here. And we've got a bunch of crazy stuff coming up. This is basically our breakfast segment. So this is a segment that we intended to be a bit lower energy, a bit sort of chill. But we will muster up everything we've got left for the last sort of end segment. Now is going to be pretty weird, I imagine, especially when Vicky arrives at midday. Man, oh man, that's going to be weird. Um, but in half an hour, in fact, actually about 25 minutes, we've got Rusa coming in with a Finland quiz, art therapy after that, Maddie's cupcake break. You're tearing me apart with Sylvan, the ultimate randomizer where we talk about year one, and then Henry VIII's lunchtime wife hunt. But before
which
that,
where who knows?
who the fuck knows what's happening with that? Okie doke. So the film that I watched for the rewind was I watched a little Nick Cage classic called Left Behind. You were saying you didn't remember it very well.
No. So yeah, so talk me through it. Help me remember.
So Left Behind, as far as I can tell, the Nick Cage one is based on the original. But basically, Nicolas Cage. Well, actually, it begins with Nicolas Cage's daughter, and she's traveling home to see her dad. And when she gets back, she calls her mum, and her mum says, like, she's been at university. She comes back and she calls her mum, and her mum says, "Oh no, your dad's working, because Nicolas Cage is a pilot. Your dad's off flying planes." And so she's like, "Oh, but I wanted to surprise him. I wanted to, he wanted to do something. Sorry, he's got to work." So she's in the airport, and then she encounters her dad. Oh, actually, before that, she encounters a famous journalist, and this journalist, is like meeting people in the airport and like saying hello. And this woman comes up to him and starts basically banging on about how like God, like has he found Jesus and all this kind of stuff. And the daughter for the main character, daughter of the film, turns up and is like you don't fucking get it. Like, why would a compassionate God cause all of these things to happen? You're a fucking lunatic. So the godly woman leaves. The journalist and the daughter hit it off, and then she sees her dad, Nicolas Cage, come into the airport. And old Nicky Cage definitely seems like he's about to cheat on his wife with the air hostess. An air hostess whose only character trait is she spends most of the movie looking sultrily towards Nicolas Cage until the rapture happens, and then she spends the rest of the movie looking panicked and sultry.
Sure, yeah.
It's basically set up that the photojournalist is going to be on the plane with Nick Cage. And when Nick's plane takes off, we are introduced to a cast of various characters in first class, which include Vern Troyer, or Mini Me from the Austin Power movies.
Yeah.
Who plays a very angry man with dwarfism, who will not accept any kind of assistance from anyone to lift his bags up or anything. There is a very friendly Muslim man. There is a British woman who has no discernible character traits, other than she takes
British.
drugs and is British.
Okay.
And there's a woman with a daughter.
That's a character trait, yeah.
And it turns out that the daughter that the father of the daughter is a famous American football player. Morning, Fleetsy. And while they're flying this plane, there's all this stuff about how, like, the mum believed in some kooky Christian ideas.
Wee.
And then the rapture happens.
It just happens.
Every God-fearing person gets taken up to heaven. But here's the thing. The movie spends the beginning of the movie basically establishing like the characters that you care about, the characters that you identify with, the rational characters are all of the sort of atheist characters, or like, the sort of good main characters that you meet. And it really doesn't characterize any of the people who get raptured, because they're about to get raptured, right? So they're not going to be in most of the film. But that means that the people you identify with are the people who are wrong. Like, they spend the whole movie being like, there's no way that there could be this God stuff. And then that happens. Like, the people who believed in the rapture were right. We find out that basically all of the children have been raptured, and then anyone who truly believed in the rapture gets raptured. So the priest of the daughter's mother's church, doesn't get raptured because he preached it, but he didn't believe it.
No.
And early on, we were trying to work out like what the criteria for getting raptured were. We thought, being a decently good person, but they quite clearly established that the Muslim guy on the plane is a really lovely guy. But there's a specific reason he doesn't get raptured.
He just picked the wrong god, mate. You know what I mean?
But we also noted another funny thing is that all of the kids get raptured, but every kid you see in the movie who gets raptured, or every like reference to kid getting raptured, they are quite young, right? Because the movie didn't want to establish where the cutoff point is, where you start having to take responsibility for your own sins.
Yeah, it's like God was like, the admin team in heaven or Rapture Co. were like, so what are we doing? Like 7 or younger, 5 or younger, 6 or younger? And God's like, just young.
Just young, yeah.
Okay, but I don't really know where to measure young. Just young.
Yeah.
Can we do that, please? Do you need a number? Jesus Christ, Carol.
There's a point where, they start being responsible for their own actions. You just got to, feel it on vibes. You just got, feel that that's the kind of, eventually they'll just be, responsible for their own actions.
Okay. It is coming back to me now a bit. I don't really remember what Nicolas Cage does for any of this film.
So Nicolas Cage, he's piloting a plane.
Yeah.
His co-pilot gets raptured, and his job is to basically try and land this plane back at JFK where they came from. And he's fairly reasonable for most of the movie. Like he doesn't do like the screamy wild Nicolas Cage. He's the more calm, like, I'm Nicolas Cage.
I'm a guy.
I'm
just a dad.
But like, I mean, it's a weird situation where Nicolas Cage seems to be one of like the more reasonable people in the movie.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of weirder things. Like there's this British woman character in it that's got like no established character traits for most of the movie. And then at one point she starts panicking and she's like, "Oh, I think I know what it is." And she goes, "I think they've been raptured." And then she says, "My dad used to send me to a summer camp when I was a child, and they told me about all this stuff." And you go, I don't know anyone who's British who gets sent to summer camp to learn about the rapture.
Yeah.
That's very much American evangelical thing.
I got sent to summer camp and I got type 1 diabetes. So that's what I learned about. Yeah. And that wasn't school, that was scouts.
But then later on, another character basically needs sort of a moment of development where they start sort of thinking about more than just themselves. And that this British woman character basically serves as the guy comes in and is like, "Oh, I remember you. You're this businessman's daughter." And she goes, "Yeah, I am." And then he proceeds to just talk at her for the rest of the scene. So this woman has like no discernible character traits. She's just sort of you're right, guys.
No, I just didn't like.
Okay, cool. This woman has like no discernible character traits, and she's just sort of in the movie to progress other people's plots.
Yeah.
Yeah. All in all, it's a pretty sort of ramshackle affair. It's a pretty sort of poorly put together film, and it definitely sort of wears the clothes of a disaster, like an ecological disaster film. But in those kind of movies, like the prophesizers, the people who are saying it's all actually going to go to shit, they're the right ones. In this case, I don't think most of us think that the people who are expecting the rapture to come are the correct ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Obviously, if it's adapting another title, right, then it's not that film's. Then no one who made that film, it wasn't their writing that like decided that that was the subject it was going to tackle.
But you've got to raise the question: why would you adapt that film at all?
Yeah, it's a strange presentation to go for. I don't really know why. I think I get the feeling I watched it because I had to watch a film with 48 hours left, and I just saw it and I was like, yeah, all right, that'll do.
It did seem like a weird one to be on your list.
I don't remember watching it for a reason, so I think I watched it out of a desperation pick,
Right.
which happens every now and then. But normally I watch something like I would have watched anyway as like a
Yeah.
last minute pick.
Yeah, it was an interesting one to see on the list. I saw it there and I was like, no, it's not the kind of thing I'd imagine Jonas watching.
Yeah.
And now having seen it, yeah, I still can't really imagine you liking it.
No, I mean, I thought it was like it passed the time, and that's kind of all I could really say for it.
Yeah.
I need a loo break.
Yeah, and
So-
then I do after you. So I think our bodies are slowly shutting down.
Yeah, I think there's nothing left in here. There's no flesh or.
There's no flesh left.
There's just rotting bone, really.
Ah, okay. Well, fair enough. Well, so in about 15 minutes. Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've got a new guest. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hold on. Hello, Laura. Everybody say hello to the most amazing tech.
Good
Laura.
job on all the streaming and the talking. Is your voice run out?
I think I can feel it going.
It's a little more croaky, but
Yeah.
generally holding up pretty well voice wise.
I'm going to talk almost not at all tomorrow, I think.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk my croaky little ass off.
Ass hardly attached anymore after all the croaking.
Hardly attached ass. Yeah, Laura has been amazing throughout the whole thing. Thank you so much,
Ooh,
Laura.
the audio filter is in honour of Martin the Soundman from the podcast Answer Me This, which is a brilliant podcast, and I always found it so funny that they had their tech occasionally interject with like massive amounts of reverb as the voice of God, and Jamie made it so. It was great.
Yeah, she asked me like yesterday, basically, like I said, I can put some reverb on. You're like, yeah, please put some reverb
Yeah,
on.
I love that.
Yeah, no, you've been really, you and Maddie have been really great and really, really helped us throughout the whole thing.
It's a laugh, innit?
It has been an absolute laugh, but we wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
Well, bye.
Oh, okay.
We'll just tidy. No more podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, tidy up
Brief
fine.
tidying section. Oh man. Oh man. I imagine that my voice is going to be croaky as shit by the end of this. It's going to be, and then I'm going to douse it in champagne in the final hour. I'm sure that's going to really, really help it. How's everyone's morning going, chat? How does it feel to have had sleep? Apart from you, Sylvan, I know that you haven't had any sleep at all. But how's it going, everybody? You having a good time? You enjoying yourselves? It's been really lovely to have you here throughout the whole of this. It's been amazing to feel so well supported by all of you. It's really, really good. Not enough sleep. How much sleep did you manage to get? Thank you. Thank you. I really, genuinely, I like, when we got like 8 hours in, 5 hours sleep, that's not enough sleep. That's not, go back to bed. Come join us for the end. Have a couple more hours, and then come join us for the end. When we were like 8 hours in, I genuinely, I was thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be impossible. Like, there's no way that we're gonna still be awake at the end of this. But now that we've only got 8 hours left, and genuinely, the hours with the guests, they go so quick. Like, talking to Meowster, I was like, we're gonna get through the whole of this list of questions. We had like 10 questions on that list, and I think we did 3. Because just everyone's been so much fun to talk to. I'm really excited for Roos's Finland quiz. That's gonna be really good. And I'm excited to sit and make silly cupcakes with Maddie. Yeah, it's gonna be very good.
You know my friend for a bit.
You can come hang out. Yeah, come say hello.
The hardest bit.
How have you been? How have you enjoyed helping us get this all running?
I had the most amazing 20-minute nap.
Oh God.
And
Oh,
and
why
then-
did you come on to tell me this?
just to,
Boo.
and then I woke up and Ferry had brought me McDonald's. It was so good.
Oh my God. Oh my
I've
God.
just come to gloat. So I have a lot more energy than you.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
What I wouldn't give for a 20-minute nap.
Oh,
that would be beautiful. We were talking about like what we're gonna do like at the end of this show. Can you ask what exactly 4-egg head crack is? Crack 4 eggs on my head. That's what the 4-egg head crack is.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just
like that.
just like that.
Well,
The idea of that really
the idea of that.
sits well.
I think my body's just like, if you don't go to sleep, we will make you.
We will just take you out.
You're a 30. Tomorrow, I will be a 31-year-old man.
Birthday.
Today I'm about 26. And
Tomorrow.
would they be all at once
104.
or sequential? I'll leave that up to the egger.
I think that's quite hard. Would we all get an egg each?
Yeah,
Is
you
that
could
how
do.
we would achieve that?
I think so. I think you could do that. Right, I'm gonna you swap into chat to Jonas, and then I'm
I
gonna.
was just gonna sit in the guest chair, but okay.
You have to be on the podcast.
Do you think we just go till midnight and then at midnight 01 we say happy birthday and end the stream?
You want to do more stream?
No. But I thought for a discussion point I'd present the chance to act like we might all be open.
What kind of stretch goal amount would you
Uh.
need to continue to midnight from 3?
Where are we? 2000. We're still at 2000. Let's
Don't put it on.
to go past 3 p.m.
Yeah, to midnight like you wanted to. It's what, 7 hours?
For every
No.
500
9 hours.
For every £500 we make after like 2000, we go an hour longer.
Oh,
But every £500 is a lot. So
500. Yeah, 500
at
is
this
a lot.
point, it is right
Yeah.
because we've tapped like the core audience.
Yeah.
So either new audience has to come in, or current audience has to like take out a loan
Yeah. So
to
you
keep us going for like another hour
you
or
need
two.
4.5 grand.
Yeah. How are we doing with chat? What's going on over there? We've got to leave room for Jesus.
That was ages ago.
That's
when we were saying
that's
people
about the
were
Nick
saying-
Cage film.
We were talking about the 4 eggs on Jamie's head.
Yeah.
If we got to 4 grand, would it be all at once or sequential? How do you see that in your head?
I see. I think it has to be egg 1, egg 2, egg 3, egg 4,
Yeah.
not eggs 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, I think you could just do 1 egg and it'd have the same impact. It'd just be messier.
It's gonna get everywhere though
Yeah.
with the 4.
It'd be messier for the house than it is for Jamie, and you
Yes.
want it to be messy for Jamie.
Right.
Really, you want it to be messy for Jamie. Yeah, I think we just I think we get him in the bathtub, and we droid cam,
I love that.
or we video it and then immediately make it available to the stream, and that's how we do it. Maddie, you're right.
I'm trying to get out so that
Yeah.
Jamie can come back,
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, Maddie. Appreciate you
but-
jumping on in.
Ugh.
Come on, guys. We're rallying.
Just lovely. We're rallying. Are we rallying?
Rallying. Rallying. Yeah. Woo! Woo! Ah!
Okay.
The Imodium's coming out soon.
Yeah. The body's
Such rallying.
the mind is willing, but the body is frail.
Yeah. Make sure you let them rub in the yolk. Good for your skin. I feel like we're essentially going to abuse you both at the end of this with goals being reached. If you go until midnight, I feel like we'll be watching you sleep.
Yeah, we're not going on till midnight. We are finishing this at the appropriate time.
I just thought it'd be nice to end the stream with happy birthday. You get
You
12
can say happy birthday at 3.
It's not the same.
I'm fine with it though.
All right.
I'm quite fine with that. I rallied a little bit. I think this is the thing is when you get this tired, like the cycles get shorter and shorter and shorter. So it'll be like 20-minute cycles of feeling good, feeling bad, feeling good, feeling bad. So in about 5-6 minutes, we'll be hopefully talking to Roosa, which will be really exciting. Roosa's ready when we are. All right, should we just hop into Roosa's segment?
Wow. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. No, well, you can take your time. I should have put my headphones on, and we can get ready to go.
Can I ask a polite thing of the tech team? Can I have some more wide-eyed plays?
They are so good. They all rushed up to go. They were all desperate to be the person who filled up the
Thanks,
water.
buddy.
Good morning, Graham. Welcome back.
Graham, good morning.
Alrighty, we're ready to hop over to Roosa.
Graham, you were in chat quite late. Have you had
when
your
you
full
are.
8 hours?
Alrighty. I think we're ready. Hello, Roosa. Welcome to the 24-hour podcast.
Good morning.
Good
Hello,
morning.
how are you two?
I'm pretty tired.
Don't worry, I wanted to match your vibe, so I have also slept for like 4 to 5 hours.
Oh my god, this is going to be an absolute
That's the
mess then.
commitment of a real guest right there. Okay, we need guests that are on our level. Not outmatching us in terms of energy and not flaunting around this idea that they are well rested, because that we can't take that right now.
Right? I figured if I mess up my words, then it'll make you two look much better. Not that you mess up your words or anything, but you know.
Oh, we almost certainly will. I have to say, your hair looks amazing, by the way. It's so vibrant and cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's actually I didn't take a shower. So I was at to preface, I was at a music metal festival.
Oh yes, I
yesterday.
saw you tweeting about that, yeah.
Yes, and it started raining cats and dogs. Holy moly, so much rain. Pure rain. So this is me. I just woke up and this was completely wet yesterday. So I'm surprised it looks like alive.
I think it still looks pretty good. I think you've done a really good job despite that. I think that's really good.
Thank you.
Metal and rain, that's the regime now.
That's the Finnish way.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like the Finnish summer right there. In summary.
So, Roosa, for everyone, Roosa is RoosaRacoon on Twitch. She's an amazing streamer. And we're very happy to have you here to give us the best Finland quiz ever. I see up there. I see some little excellent little bits there. I see that guy dancing with a flag. Is it a moomin? Is that what that guy's called?
It is a moomin, the little white one.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh my god!
Man.
I told Jonas.
You gotta step it
I
up.
told Jonas we'd be on level peggings, and I come out with my moomin knowledge right off the bat.
I didn't want him to know that. Like, I didn't want you to confirm that was a moomin in case it actually is an answer in the quiz later.
Okay. Well, now we both know it's a moomin. So if it comes up, we both got it.
We're on the same level. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy here, like, which way is it? This guy waving the flag.
Yeah.
It's very famous. It's a famous photo from 2011 when Finland won the Ice Hockey World Championship.
Okay.
And people went crazy, like in downtown Helsinki. It was wild. And this is like new. It's a new meme because it's, I don't know. Did y'all watch Eurovision?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I did. Sorry.
Yes. Do you remember the Finnish artist?
Was it the Cha 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 guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the sleeves that this dude has on, they've been like photoshopped. The Käärijä stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this. Laura, are you able to put Roosa as the biggest screen so that we can
I
see
know.
some of these things? And then, so Roosa, we have whiteboards that we can use to answer questions. So we can write them down and be sure that that no one. Thank you. I should know better than to preempt you because you are excellent at this, Laura. We've got whiteboards, so we can write down our answers, so that you can be sure that we weren't cheating when changing our answer.
Good.
And yeah, we're ready when you are. We're ready to go.
To a bit of housekeeping.
Mm.
Rusa, what is our rule for
Oh
the
yes,
next
we need a
hour?
rule for the next hour.
You have to come up with a rule that Jamie and I have to follow. It could be that we have to do a silly thing when something is said. It could be that we aren't allowed to do a certain thing for the next hour.
And I've been warning everyone that some people early on have picked rules that they then regretted because it made the segment very hard to get through. So have a think about what you want your rule to be.
Okay. Okay. Whenever either of you says Finland, you have to do one squat.
Okay,
Oh
all
my-
right, here we go. It's about to get active.
Come on, it's morning. It's you gotta wake your body up.
I like
you know?
this. No, I really like this. Jonas is gonna absolutely hate this, but I'm all on board.
You say that. Finland.
Oh no.
Do we both have to
Why'd
do it
you do
whenever
this?
any one of us say it?
Okay, I said both of you.
Okay.
You're friends. You're a duo. Let's go.
All right.
Beautiful.
Squat King Willis, they call
I
me.
wanted to get it out the way because now it won't feel as bad when we do the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I
We've
like
got
it.
up and done a
Thank you.
squat.
You're a good friend.
I wasn't doing it for you. I was
Just-
doing it for me.
All right, let's go. Let's get
Let's
finning.
go. If it's any consolation, I can say the word Finland and you don't have to squat. Just if either of you said, okay? Are you
Okay,
ready
I'm ready.
to participate in the best Finland quiz ever made?
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Okay. Let's go. Are you ready, chat? I hope you're ready.
Oh yeah, chat, play along.
Yeah, feel free. So, part one. Does it change? Does not change.
Oh no.
But it
Oh,
might.
no.
But it might.
Mate, please. I changed it on OBS. No?
Oh
It's
no.
looked in the preview. Don't. Is this your first tech issue?
No, not by a long shot. We had to fully reboot the stream at one point. Hey, part one.
Let's go.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
okay. I might have to then. But now it's like all mirrored. Is it mirrored for
No,
you?
no, it's fine for us.
It says part
It's-
one
it's
for
fine
me.
for you?
It's only mirrored for you. On our end, it's fine.
Good. Okay, there we go. Then hold on. I need to do a little bit of like yoinking here because I think I need to be in OBS when I do this. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Right.
So-
Okay.
The way this works, I have two segments, right? And hello, Lime in chat. Hello. The first portion of the quiz will be just multiple choice questions, mostly. And then towards the end, we have a segment focused on Finnish sayings, because we have some very wonderful sayings in Finnish. And I figured that why not, show them
Okay.
to you as well.
I'm excited.
Question one would be Finland is called the country of thousands of lakes. How many lakes actually are there? A. 188,000. B. 6,900. C. 153,000. Or D. 56,000.
Oh, we just got a donation.
Yeah.
It's £10 from. I couldn't read it, but I'm sure we'll get the name up in a mo. But thank you very much, whoever that was. I'll shout you out properly in a mo. Right, lakes. Sorry, back to lakes. I'm gonna go that. Okay.
I find
Oh,
it
when you're ready.
suspicious. I find it suspicious that Finland has managed to round its number of lakes always to the nearest 100. Oh God.
Let's go. Good job.
It's annoying
We should
moving
have,
the
like, a
mic.
squat counter.
Sorry. The mic is a lot. Right.
All right, I've got an answer.
I've written an answer as well. Do we find out the
Alright.
correct answer now? Or do we move on and find out later?
Do you wanna? We can find out now. You can show your answer now.
Okay, all right.
Both
I've
at the same time.
okay. I've
Well,
gone for
I wrote it small, but
I've gone for 100. Yeah, we'll write it big from now on. But I've gone for 188,000. I went big.
and I've gone for 56,000 because it sounds reasonable.
Well, I can spoil that
Yeah.
one of you is correct.
Who is it?
Which one?
Yeah!
Ah,
Go
fuck.
big or go home, baby. Laura, are you
Yeah,
able to
they
keep
say thousands,
track of
but
score?
188,000.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Voice of
Yeah.
God is keeping track of score. So we should be. So we don't need to keep track of score. That's 1 to me.
This is already going
And
terribly.
Jonas didn't get. I just inherently know Finland.
You knew Moomin, you
Oh.
know the lakes. Oh, there you did that on purpose.
Fling
didn't
that
you?
away.
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
headphones. This is all going wrong.
It's all about psychic warfare. You've got to throw off your opponent in every way possible. It's like chess boxing. This.
True. I'm very proud of you. You did well. The very first question, and like one of you got the right answer. I think that's pretty good. I think.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Are you ready for question 2?
I'm ready for question 2. Yes.
So,
Yes.
This is a very Finnish question. Let's see. Finnish people do love their saunas. How many saunas are there in Finland? A, 900,000. B, 1.6 million. C, 3 million. Or D, 5.5 million.
What do we think the population of Finland is?
I also just
Stop it.
Good, good, good.
Jamie. I keep yanking my fucking headphone when I do this.
I'm so sorry for this rule.
Ah.
1 per family. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know what the population of Finland is, though. Oh, sorry. I'm so
Made a
sorry, Jonas. I
guess.
didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to.
I think the bit that annoys me most is you get up and do it so quickly. that I don't realise you've said Finland. I just see you do a squat.
They call me Squat King Willis. Oh yeah, you just said it again.
Oh boy. You should make like a code name for Finland for this duration. For
Yeah.
this segment.
But that takes the fun out of it. Okay. Okay. So thinking about. Okay. I'm just gonna make a guess.
How many people live in Finland?
How many people have you met?
Yeah. How many people do you know?
I wonder how many people do I know? Not that many. Not as many as the people who live in Finland. Probably.
Yeah, but we can extrapolate from that.
Most definitely.
You don't know all the
Can you-
people in
can you-
Finland.
Who would have guessed?
I know all the people in England. Yeah.
Let's see.
You ever
Yeah.
meet an English person? I know him. It's fine.
All right, I have my answer.
Yeah, I do too. Right.
Right.
3, 2, 1. I've gone with B.
Wow, look at you.
What'd you go for? B as well. We both went for B.
Same wavelength. Well, my friends, I'm sorry to tell you, but both of you are wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is
The
it?
real answer is. Let me show you. If I can.
The suspense.
3 million.
3
I
million
almost went for 3 million.
saunas.
And then it
That
just
is
felt
quite a few saunas.
but it felt too perfect. But that's the thing is like I know that there's a lot of saunas. I know
Yes,
that
and there's
yeah.
okay. I can tell you now, right? The Finnish population, it's about 5.5 million, 5.5 to 6 million. So there's one sauna for every 2 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I also want to point out as well, I find it really suspicious that Finland seems to be rounding all of these numbers to the nearest 10,000, 20,000, whatever.
What do you want from us? You want someone to go count every single sauna? You gotta have like some estimation.
I do like the idea of there being like a sauna census. Well, like they go around and they just count every individual sauna.
Or if I don't know if you have to actually have like, do you have to have your sauna registered somehow?
A legal sauna registry.
Oh God, what if they're
Yeah.
not counting the illegal ones?
And
It's
you've
not
just
a real.
got like, the legal underground
True.
saunas.
And there are a lot of like summer cottages. I wouldn't be surprised if people just build their own saunas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could be. But that was a good guess though. You were like kind of close.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. And
All right.
line, that is the exact number. 3 million.
That's it. That's it. It's exactly 3 million.
Totally exact.
Sometimes numbers just are that exact. That's just how it is.
When a new sauna is created, another one breaks like immediately.
Yeah, this
The
is
balance
cap.
must be held.
That's the most saunas any one country can sustain. There's a cap to it.
Yeah. It just one sauna explodes.
Yeah.
That would be bad. Let's not do it. All right. Question 3.
Question 3.
You got this. In which of the following sports does Finland not host world championships? A. Gingerbread eating. B. Mosquito killing. C. Air guitar playing. Or D. Mobile phone throwing. We have a lot of interesting sports here, so.
So one of them I have seen videos of online, so I know it's real. The other 3, part of me wants to go on the basis of what I imagine is possible in Finland. Okay, I've gone with an answer.
Interesting to think about what you think is possible and what is not possible in Finland.
I think that I could see all of them. I could see all of them having a world champion. Oh, I said the word.
Oh, I'm writing. I'll do it later.
You can, if you want, store them all up and then we do them at the end, just to tick them all off.
No, it's better this way.
It's better this way.
Because I get the rest in between them.
Okay,
Made
I have
over with.
an answer.
Graham says, "I love this question. These are my kinds of sport." Graham's going to be taking up at least one of these before the end of the week. All right, we're ready.
Yes.
I've gone for B, mosquito killing.
I've gone for A, gingerbread eating.
Okay, what's the answer?
Well. Let me tell you, once again, one of you is correct.
Oh,
Which one is it?
It's gonna be
The
Jamie.
suspense. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
it's gingerbread eating.
It's not a sport.
What?
Jonas.
No way.
Oh, I imagined it was like, like hot dog eating, but you're just eating like gingerbread houses, and I could imagine that being a really Finnish thing.
That's cool.
I was thinking, I don't imagine you have that many mosquitoes in Finland.
Oh no. It's the land of mosquitoes. You should
Ah.
come here, like in the forest
Just to see the
in summer.
mosquitoes.
It's horrible. If you want to suffer, do that.
I'm going to come over and I'm going to join the mosquito killing championships.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have had my eyes opened. That's
The more you know.
mobile phone throwing's pretty wild. Is
It's Nokia.
okay?
You know,
Is-
Nokia. Those phones never break.
Now,
Yeah.
what's the measure of success? Is it I threw it very far, or is it I broke the Nokia phone that's indestructible?
I do believe it is distance based.
Okay.
Like, so the one who throws farthest, but I think the phone has to stay also like intact.
Oh, interesting.
That's an
A
interesting.
soft but like productive throw.
By the way, we've got the name of the person who donated a little bit ago. Thank you, Jason Wilkes, for donating £10. That's really lovely of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Now that I think about it, also mosquito killing, like I've never seen videos of this, but I just read about it. But I would love to see a video. So after this, I'm probably gonna go Google a video.
Do you think that there's like rules on like manual versus like electronic? Like, you have like bug zappers. Are you allowed like those tennis rackets that you can electrocute bugs with?
I
Go
like
ahead.
the idea that it's just a man enters a cage, and it is said that there are 10,000 mosquitoes in there, and he has no weapons, no
He's
clothes,
just
no
got to punch.
equipment.
He's just
Yep.
totally nude,
Yep.
just punching mosquitoes.
Yep. But like within 28 minutes, not a single mosquito is left. This man has killed them all with his bare hands. Like,
is this
like,
man?
like he just claps and like a cloud of 1,000 mosquitoes die.
Oh my god, what a horrifying
This is
experience.
the
To be
anime.
trapped naked in a cage with 1,000 mosquitoes.
Yeah, maybe.
Y'all were talking about the lighthouse earlier.
Yeah.
This seems like a kind of a similar vibe. Someone should make a movie out of this.
Absolutely, yeah. The mosquito killer.
Not the bees, not the bees, not the bees,
El
not the
Mosco.
mosquitoes.
The man of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And I would think of it's also like it's just slapping. Like that's what I would.
So you slap them with your hands. Yeah. Yeah, there's got to be something that has like a skill association
Stop it.
with it.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Go away. Stop it.
Oh, trash talking the mosquitoes. That's perfect. All right. From mosquitoes to question 4.
Question
ready?
4. Yep, I'm ready. Question 4. Let's go.
So this one is not multiple choice. So you get to like let your creative juices flow a little bit, okay?
I'm sure there's some left in there.
Question 4. What is this shown in the picture? And why is it important?
Oh.
That is hard. That is hard to perceive.
The first thing I thought they were is skis, but then I looked closer.
I
Yeah.
can give you a hint
Can I?
Yeah.
that this has 2 of the items. So it's just 2 singular items in a sense, but the picture could only have like 1 as well.
Okay.
Can the tech team make that full screen for me, please?
Yes, old man.
Yeah, I have old man eyes.
What do your old man eyes see?
What is it and why is it important?
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. How about you tell us one and we tell you the other?
No.
They're both the same thing.
It's-
Sure.
Okay, I've got an idea.
Mhm. Looks like a slipper. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an idea, which is like,
I don't know if this is just based on my like assumptions on Nordic countries, or if I've actually worked this out. But we'll
Very
find out.
Anyway, this is like completely unrelated, but I love all the rubber duckies.
Oh, thank you. Yes, there's actually loads more in the house, but we've had every time we have a New Year's party, friends of ours just like hide them around the place. So there's a bunch that just sort of exist in like pockets around our house. In the downstairs bathroom, there's one like stuck above the door.
That's amazing.
Yeah, these are the ones that I could find.
I'm ready.
All right, we got an
Alright.
answer.
All right. Who's gonna?
You go first, Jonas.
I think they're snow boots or something. You put them and you walk on ice or snow, like their grip or tread, something like that. I don't know.
I said it's for
Mhm.
skinning fish. I can't work out how you'd use it for skinning fish, but I think that's what it's for.
So we have 2 completely different things. All right. Well, I'm trying to think which one of you is closer. I think you both are kind of in the middle-ish.
Okay.
So this is called a kantele.
Kantele.
Now, what is a kantele? A kantele is an instrument.
I was thinking it might be.
See, I thought
It's a string instrument.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's important because it's considered to be the national instrument of Finland.
Right.
See, my first thought was instrument, and then I was like, it cannot be that simple.
So it was the word. Well, you said like, why is it important? And I was like, well, there's no way an instrument's important to like daily living. So it has
There's
to be-
no way this simple instrument could be important to the people of Finland.
So I thought, oh, it must have like a survival impact. You think, oh, god damn it. God damn it.
Have you heard of Kalevala
No,
by any
I
chance?
don't believe so.
no.
So Kalevala is kind of like the Finnish epic, the Finnish national epic, right? It's also one that inspired Tolkien to create Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
basically. And one of the main characters in Kalevala plays this instrument,
Ah.
where it's originally from.
So
in a
what
sense.
does it sound like? I mean, I assume it sounds like most stringed instruments, but does it have like a particular sound to it?
I mean, to me, it has kind of sounded like a banjo in a sense, a little
Okay.
bit, but it's a little bit more plucky,
Okay.
you know,
Ah.
and a
Oh,
little bit like higher, maybe pitched.
we're gonna be looking up some Cantala sound like
We're gonna
anthems on
learn to play
Spotify
it by the
after
end of
this.
the 24-hour stream.
Mary's
Very
asking
cool.
you to do an impression of the sound, Risa.
Oh goodness. Okay, okay. Let me see. Plum, plum, plum.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I can't believe I just heard like the iconic instrument of Finland.
That's magnificent.
We've
I love it.
experienced so much during this 24-hour stream, but I didn't know I'd be blessed with that. That's incredible.
There you
Uh,
go. See,
Fantastic.
and now I'm
Thank you.
sure it sounds nothing like that. Probably.
We're going to be looking up and it's going to sound exactly like that. It's going to be incredible.
Can we take that sound clip and make an entire song out of it?
Yeah, we're going to use it
Oh,
for
you
one,
should.
for one of our donation songs a bit later. Excellent. All right. What's our next
you go.
question then?
Chat, you're very good.
That is beautiful. Hi, Valborn, by the way.
Good morning, everyone, by
Alright,
the way. Thanks
yeah.
for joining the stream. Good morning, Mary. Yeah, how are you doing?
Welcome all the people who are just waking up.
Yeah,
I'm
everyone's waking-
well
Gotta
gel.
say, you two actually, you look surprisingly not dead.
Thank you.
You,
It's pretty great.
the camera's quite far
Oh,
away.
yeah, we're quite small on your camera. If you get up close and personal, every time I look at myself in the mirror when I go to the loo, I just look at how I'm just covered in glitter, in pen everywhere, like all the nail varnish and things. I look at myself, I just like, oh god, I look like I've just had a really heavy night out, and we're still not done.
The glitter makes everything so much better, doesn't it?
I mean, it does, but it keeps getting in my eyes.
Maybe I need to huff some glitter or something. That's the secret. Is you've been accidentally inhaling just heaps of glitter.
Yeah, all the microplastics are keeping me going.
Yeah.
Keeps streams
It's the
going,
cardiac
exactly.
arrest. You're doing fine. All right.
Right. From glitter to question 5.
Question 5. All
Are you
right.
ready? We just talked about Nokia. All right. Question 5 is, besides mobile phones, what product is also called Nokia? A. Bottled water. B. Escalators. C. Cereal. D. Rubber boots. And by I mean, what product is also called, like, what, there's a brand called Nokia for one of these things.
Right. But it's not the same company.
It is.
Oh, it is. So Nokia make both of these things. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm going to go with this.
Why would they make one thing and another thing?
I made a snap judgment. I made
Yeah?
a snap guess based on like just a quick sort of like leap of logic in my head.
I think if they make indestructible phones, they must make indestructible cereal.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
I think a
cereal that
lot of
can
the
survive
same
a
sort of
good-
technology
a
that
good
goes into
bro.
their phones goes into their cereal. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what do I want from them? I
What do I
think
want from Nokia?
I think I'm just picking a letter
One of
without
these days I don't want
thought.
anything from Nokia.
I'm picking a letter. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're ready.
All right, let's show them. Oh, look at you.
Both of us have gone rubber
Wow.
boots.
Have we? Oh.
Yeah.
So one of you went with like a quick snap judgment. The other one kind of some logical thinking behind it, I guess.
So my thought
Question
process was that they make thick rubber phones, so they might also make thick rubber boots. That was my thought process.
Well, let me tell you, I'm delighted to tell you that both of you are correct.
Yeah. High five.
Look at you. You know so much.
Thick rubber phones, thick rubber boots.
Rubber boot
Yes.
boys.
It's the Finnish way.
We the rubber boot boys, baby.
Nokia actually used to be
Oh, for fuck's
a
sake.
company that made like rubber, so they also make tires and rubber
Right.
boots. So
That makes sense. It's like how like you often find out companies like Nintendo and companies like that. They made something completely different for a long time, and then they make the thing that they're known for.
Exactly.
I'm just, this struggle over here is just blasé to me now at this point.
What'd you say?
I called you a struggle, mate.
I love it when Jonas squats and he looks into the camera like, please kill me. It's beautiful.
I don't mean to.
do you think you would have had a better time squatting at the beginning of the stream, or do you think it would have always been like this?
I think it would have always been like this.
Okay.
Because it's not just the squatty, it's I'm holding a thing and I'm holding in a pen and I've got a microphone. I got to get the microphone and the headphone cable. I've stepped on the headphone cable 3 times when I've done this, and yet the headphone off my ear. So now I'm doing like a bunch of like checks before I get up.
This is teaching you to be more aware of your surroundings.
I don't want to be aware of my surroundings.
You just want to vibe.
I want my surroundings to be aware of me.
All right, what's our next
You get to
question?
level up more skills.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
we actually get to go to the part 2.
Part two.
Amazing.
Alright.
Okay.
So once again, these are not going to be any multiple choice, but the way this works is I will show you a picture.
Oh my God, what's going on here?
Now, these photos are from the wonderful book called Matti in the Wallet. I don't know if you've heard of the comic strip Finnish Nightmares. You've maybe
No, I haven't
into
heard of
them
Finnish
on-
Nightmares.
Oh, they're amazing. You should check them sometimes. But that artist has made like a book of Finnish sayings and translated them into English, right?
Okay.
So up here you have the Finnish saying, which is olla viilipytty. And then it's just a literal translation in English underneath that. And what I have covered down here is the actual like meaning behind it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
So
to be a tub full of fermented milk.
olla vilipiti.
He,
Putu. Olla vilipiti.
Pretty good.
he
To be a
looks
tub of
he
fermented
looks
milk.
so sort of haunted.
He looks like he is seeing something he shouldn't be seeing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Matti. Matti is, wonderful.
Matti.
which-
Okay.
To be a tub of fermented milk.
To be a
What
tub
would
of
that mean?
what could that possibly mean?
So I've got an idea, which is like, yeah.
Graham says looking at an udder. Okay. Right. Okay, I've got a vague idea.
Mhm. Yeah, Matti really does look quite terrified in this photo.
He looks really, really haunted.
Well, I mean, if you were in a tub full of fermented milk, would isn't this what you would look like?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, he's not just in a tub of fermented milk. He is a tub of fermented milk.
True. That is true. That is true.
He has become tub.
Come one. With
I
the
am
tub.
tub. I am
become
trauma.
tub.
I have answers.
I have answers.
Mhm.
Are we
All
ready?
right. I would say that one of you, we can go like back and forth who shows first.
Okay, I'll go first then, and then you can go first next time. So, I think it means to be bloated or full.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
I think it means that to be late, too late, you can't go back. Like something has progressed too far, so
That's
it
good.
no
That's a
longer
good-
matters.
That's a good suggestion. That's really good.
That is pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, I think one of you is kind of close-ish. The correct answer is to be very calm and restrained.
Oh,
Hmm.
So when you say that when someone is legit the type of person who doesn't get anxious, you can put them into any situation whatsoever, and they will be totally calm. You'll be like, oh, this person, no viilipytty. Yeah, they're like a tub of fermented milk.
They're like a tub of fermented milk. I mean, it's
Am
so
I,
obvious.
Am I correct to grant 0 points for that?
Yeah, I don't think
I
either
don't
of
think
us
either
got
of them
that.
had that right.
I don't think either of us got that really. I think that's
Oh,
a
no,
0
no.
pointer. But that's cool. To be a tub of fermented milk. Means
Oh,
to be
to
calm
be
and restrained.
to be a tub of fermented milk. Oh, to be.
Do you think Matti looks calm and restrained there?
Um, Muddy looks like he's capable of murder, or
He
he's
looks like someone has done this to him
he's
and he's
currently
planning on what he's
defecating.
going to do. Do you say, oh, he's
I think
defecating?
he's either shitting
He's
himself.
shitting himself in
I
the
think he's
bucket.
shitting himself in the tub.
Or he's thinking about what he's going to do to the person who put him in the
Yeah,
tub.
yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, I think something just broke inside me.
I like
To be
this.
fair, you gotta be pretty calm and collected in that like situation, right?
Yeah, you got to
don't know
bide
about-
your time.
Don't know about restraint.
You got to prepare yourself. Well, you got to
Well-
restrain yourself until the perfect moment.
And then you very much become unrestrained,
Yeah, and then and then you let loose.
and then
Yeah,
you're a murderer.
Take the tub of milk by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I enjoyed hearing your theories. So
I like Lime Tree says, if you called me a tub of fermented milk, apparently I shouldn't be offended.
now you know, my friends.
Yeah.
Finnish person calls you a tub of fermented milk. Just take it as a compliment.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
say, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. All right. Next one.
All right.
So this one is puhaltaa yhteen hiileen, which means to blow on the same coal. And
Oh,
here you have two people. They're blowing on the same piece of coal.
to blow on the same
Oh.
coal.
What does this mean?
To blow,
Puhaltaa yhteen hiileen.
to blow on the same coal. Okay.
You're quite focused on blowing on the same piece of coal. Mm.
Right. I think this. If I was inventing the Finnish language and idioms, this is what I would make it be. If I was Mr. Finland.
All right.
There you go. Spot time.
Oh.
And you said Finland twice, by the way. Just pointing that out.
Scott.
you go.
And a Scott. And a sit.
No.
Lime Tree says,
Shall
I wish
Jonas
I
go
was a
first
coal.
this time?
Yeah, so Jonas, you're first.
Yeah. So my one is to like two people arguing the same point. They're both
that's
blowing on the
good.
same coal. You're both, neither of you has a different opinion in this statement. You're both saying the same thing.
Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, I like that. I put to support each other in a community, to like work together. You like blow on the same coal to keep everyone warm.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
smart.
I think I'm wrong by the look you gave when I said it.
No, I think that I'm just surprised. I can't, maybe one of you is a bit closer because it does mean to work together.
To work together.
So probably
Oh.
like James a little bit.
I think
closer.
that's what I was going for. Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
warming
if
each
I
other
was-
by blowing on the same coal.
If I was a generous quiz master in this case, I would give Jamie the point, but I know he's a point ahead of me, so
Well, it's up to the voice of God.
Voice of God.
Is it now?
Voice of God gives it to Jamie.
Yeah.
So
Biased.
Points.
Voice of God is biased.
I mean, like technically, like Jonas, you're not in a sense wrong, right? Because if two people work together, then they would be arguing for the same point as well, right? Like they support the same thing.
Yeah, but that's definitely
You are the most supportive quiz master we've had today,
Yeah.
Risa.
You gotta love Finland. I'm supporting Finland. Everyone love Finland. That's what a true Finnish person
I'm
does.
already feeling significant Finnish pride. I'm very much feeling it.
It's working. My
You said
plan
you
is
said
working.
finish. You
Oh,
didn't even say the word.
well, we've been doing it when we said Finnish as well. But
Why?
well, I don't know.
Have you-
I have, but I can stop. Just getting my exercise in.
I'm not doing it. That's not even the
I'm
rule.
not fucking doing it. I'm
That's
not
not-
blowing on the same coal.
That's not the rule.
You're doing it on your own.
Well, what we are doing is looking at the next question.
All right, what have we got
Not a
next?
question. The next saying. The next one is Lopussa kiitos seisoo. The thanks will stand in the end. And there you can see there's a kiitos, which means thank you. Standing.
The thanks will
to
stand in the
Matti.
end.
The thanks will stand in the end.
The thanks will stand in the end.
Busakito says.
You broke the kneecaps of thanks, but don't worry. It's going to get better.
How do I word? I've got the vague idea, but my brain is running so slow that it has like a sense, like a feeling of what I want it to be, but cannot collect the words from the ether. I
I
think
love seeing the gears. spinning in your head.
you can really see them at this point. I think this would be
Thanks will stand in the end. What do
like
you think, chat?
I'm gonna write a an English idiom, and then I'll sort of explain myself when I read it out.
Oh, idiom versus idiom. Let's go.
Right. I don't have another idiom for you. I just have the same sentence way of writing that I've always done.
That is perfectly.
I don't know
fine.
what more you want from me.
I want just that, Jonas.
Right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is it me first or you first?
I think it's me
I
first,
think
isn't
this
it?
time James first, yeah.
Right. So I put hard work as its own reward, as in like if people don't say thanks to you, like you'll sort of get like doing good is good in itself, and the thanks will the thanks will come in the end. Oh, blocking my mic.
I can see that. Mm.
And yeah, I've kind of gone for something quite literal, which is like, the gratitude will last a long time, in the sense of it's like people will be thankful for this little act for years to come. That sort of thing. You've made a lasting change.
You made a lasting impact. What you've
Yeah.
done, people will care about for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think we're gonna need voice of God for this one
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Prepare yourself,
So-
God.
Answer is a laborious job will reward you when you finish it. So when you do something that's really hard, you've been working hard at it. It's especially if it's something that you really don't want to do. A lot of people say "lopo sakito say so." Like it will be worth it. Like
When you
just go through
finish it,
it will be worth it.
that'll be the
Yeah.
reward. Does my hard work as its own reward count for that?
I think they both basically got at that, didn't they?
I think they're both
Yeah.
pretty close. I'd say so.
Yeah.
So do we both get a point for that?
Point each.
Point each for both of us.
Thank you, God.
Woo!
Thank you, God. Thank you very much.
Very generous, God.
High five.
Good job.
High five, friend.
You all are like half finish already.
Yeah,
You're pretty good.
I feel finish. I feel
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Feel the finish in your bones. Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I've got that haunted look of the little guy
Yeah.
staring at the thank you.
Say that sentence without being reminded how to say it.
Oh. Lopusakitosiso.
I think that was
Yeah.
perfect. I think that was.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could speak Finnish that well.
Yeah, I'm basically
So
fluent.
good.
Thank you.
Proficiency 100%. Natural.
Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah.
That's
I
totally how I pronounced it.
I think I can
Beautiful.
get by. I think I'll be able to just travel Finland.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh,
Of
you did
course.
it. Have I said Finland?
As a
For this-
native.
Well, I've said it there.
Yeah. For this next one, I want both of you to try to pronounce the Finnish saying first, okay?
Oh
before I say it.
wow. Oh
That's my
wow.
request.
Okay.
How do you think this is pronounced?
Pilvin Pimin.
Yeah. Pilvin Primin?
Pilvin Pimin.
That's like French.
Pilvin Pimin. I think
Yeah,
that's it.
The first word is correct.
Pilvin.
Pilvin
Pilvin.
Pimain.
Pimin.
Pimain. Pilvin Pimain.
Pilvin Pimain.
Pilvin
Right.
Pimain.
Finnish is actually a really easy language to read, in a sense, if you just know how each letter is pronounced, because we don't make any weird like combinations of letters. Every letter is pronounced exactly as it is pronounced by itself, like if you're citing the alphabet, and then when you just combine them.
a sensible language, unlike ours.
Hmm. Yeah.
Pilvin
What
Pimen.
Pilvin Pimen means, literally, is with dark clouds.
With dark clouds. With dark clouds.
What would that mean?
I just yeah.
I'm keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kodo had a pretty good translation for the Lopo Sekito say, so it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Yeah. I think
Nice.
that's a pretty sensible one.
Right.
All right.
I'm ready.
Mood question mark? All right. Jonas first this time?
I just put sad.
Yeah, I put being sad / glum.
I just put sad in big letters.
Well, that's kind of what you would think, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally not it.
A
What it means is a lot.
lot. Oh, like overwhelming.
Yeah, like Pilvin Pimein, it's anything. You can say there's a lot of cats. Pilvin Pimein, kissoja.
There's a dark cloud of cats.
A lot of
Ah,
cats.
With dark clouds of cats.
Yeah, I have
We,
no idea why this saying means what it does. Like, I have no clue.
We raised a Pilvin Pimain amount of money today.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yes,
know?
you did. Congrats, by the way. It's amazing.
Thank you very much. We're not done yet.
Yeah.
People can still
Exactly.
chuck us a few quid, or maybe a Pilvin Pimain of pounds.
Yeah. Donate Pilvin Pimain. A lot.
Exclamation mark, donate in chat.
Exclamation mark donate, and there's the details below us as well on screen, and you can scan a QR code and all of that stuff. You're a natural at this, Roosa.
Oh.
All right. Now, this next one. Vedellä hirsiä. Drag logs.
Drag
Vedellä
logs.
hirsiä. To drag logs. What does it mean? To drag logs.
Drag logs.
Oh my goodness, Valborn, that is so cute. Love you, Pilvin Pimein.
Yeah, that's nice.
Awesome.
Um,
I'm very interested in this one.
I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
Some thinking has been happening.
yeah, so I'm just writing my slightly longer one out. Okay, that's fine.
Lime Tree wishes there were a log. They could be dragged. All right. Is it me first or is you first?
It's you
James
first.
Okay. I think it means to work hard.
A lot of working hard.
Yeah.
I think it
You're an
means
industrious people.
I think it means to do things the hard way.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's different. That's different ways of.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like we know how we say work smart. It's like the opposite of work smart. You're like
Right.
you're dragging logs, kid. Like why are you working?
Why are you dragging logs,
Why are you
kids?
dragging logs, man?
So is the logic behind this, like working hard, is because it's difficult to drag logs, right? Probably.
Yeah, that was my thought process, and I think with in Jonas's case, it's that
There's
like,
a better way to move
there's
logs.
a better way to move logs than dragging them around.
Well, see that would make way more sense than what it actually is.
Oh
'Cause
wow!
what it actually is to sleep, and more specifically, to snore while sleeping.
I kind of get the snoring. That makes sense.
It's like the sound, right?
The sound of dragging a log across the ground. Ah, I really like that as a phrase. To
You
drag
know,
logs.
I've always said that when you snore while sleeping, you're doing things the hard way. So
You're doing sleeping the hard way.
Checks out.
I feel like you're working hard at sleeping. If you're snoring, that's extra effort to sleep. You could just be
very
going
true.
quietly, but you're just really working those sinuses hard.
Maybe we should start using this as a saying, to drag logs.
To work hard or to I think
No, to snore. To
Yeah.
sleep.
I think dragging logs is an excellent phrase. I think that really makes sense, especially
I
for
think so.
snoring. I think that's really good. Koto says, what I will say is that log dragger sounds like a homophobic slur. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Sleep like a log. So sleep like a log is another good one. That's
That's
like a that's
it's
like a
British
common
one.
idiom.
Koto,
Oh, so
just Koto in chat. If someone referred to you in any way as having, owning, or being a log, you would take that as a compliment, and you would let everyone know about it.
logs are good.
Logs are
Okay.
good. We
That's
love
all I
logs
am.
here. We stand logs.
So what is next? I already forgot what is next. Oh, this is a cute one. Okay, we only have a few more, so hang in there. Y'all are doing
Ah,
great.
thank you very much.
Ei tässä jäniksen selässä olla, which means we're not sitting on a rabbit's back.
We're not sitting on a rabbit's back. Ooh. I love the art for that. The rabbit is looking up at him like, really?
What are we doing
Again?
here?
They both kind of have the same expression.
I've always
These are getting
said
really hard.
I've always said that we're not sitting on a rabbit's back. Like I am constantly saying that.
That's just a phrase that you say, and I've
Um,
never understood what it meant.
and today is the day to test. No, I
Okay.
don't. I have no fucking clue. We're not sitting on a rabbit's back. We're not sitting on a rabbit's back.
We're not sitting on a rabbit's back. Ei tässä jäniksen selässä olla. Everything in Jonas's life has led up to this point.
I think I've got it. I'm
Ooh.
relatively confident about this one.
Super confident.
I'm starting to think like, what kind of phrases do societies need? Like, what kind of things do people need an idiom for? You know,
Yeah.
common stuff people say to each other.
All right, I've got something. I don't know.
All right, is it you first then?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it just means like everything's okay. Things are fine. Things are stable. We're not sitting on a rabbit's back. We're fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I went for we're not in a rush, for like the tortoise and the hare kind of thing. Like we're not on the fast animal.
Wow. Okay, look at you. Indeed.
To not
We're
be in a
not
hurry. Yeah. That just made sense to me. That
Brain work.
oh yeah.
Amazing.
I'm so proud
Ah.
of myself for that one.
You were really confident too. So
Yeah. I should get double
It really
points
paid
for
off.
being so confident.
Mm. But I think, yeah, this is actually one that I don't hear too often. But some people say.
Everyone's in a rush around you. Just constantly in a
Yes.
panic.
I live in a capital city. That's life. Helsinki, almost like New York. Oh, God.
They're pretty much
Helsinki.
exactly the same, to be honest. That's what I've heard.
Helsinki. More like hustle sinky.
Hustle
Oh.
sinky.
Hustle sinking. Sinking in hustle.
That's
almost
good.
See, okay. This is our tired brains are just.
Oh my god, we're all on the same level, and it's just descending into sheer madness at this point.
We are. Good morning, Mid, as well. I think Mid also has slept like probably the same amount of hours.
Good morning, Mid.
Hey, Mid. How's it going?
This next one. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to hear you pronounce this as well, okay?
Okay.
I'm making you work for it. Please. How
Yeah,
would you say this?
I want to take a tour. Lilukan Varsin.
Lilukanvasin.
Lilukanvasin.
Lilukanvasin. Takatua Lilukanvasin.
Yes. I mean, like, Jonas even used the R's. That was honestly how you pronounce it. You're
Well,
learning.
We're learning. We're becoming Finnish.
Yeah.
We
Takertua Lilukan Varsin.
can apply for our citizenship at the end of this. That's...
Can. You totally can. And what the literal translation is to get stuck on stone bramble stalks. What would it mean to be stuck on stone bramble stalks?
Stuck on stone bramble stalks. Oh wow.
By the way, if you need some more motivation, this is the final saying the final question.
This is the final
The final
question.
chance for a point right here.
Okay, stuck on stone bramble
Suspense.
stalks. Hmm. What do I think that means? God, I think.
I no clue. I don't really. I know what a stone is. I think I know what a bramble is. I might know
So-
what a stalk is. When you put the three words
Stone
together, I
bramble.
don't know.
A plant, as you could probably guess from the
Yeah.
photo. Like Matti's feet are basically stuck in these
Yeah.
plants. Whatever could it mean? I think they kind of had these berries on the plant as well, and they're kind of like very low on the ground, kind of like blueberry, sort of.
I prefer dark bramble. Absolutely.
I just don't have an answer at all.
Wing it.
Two stuck
I've
in
got an answer.
stone, bramble, stalks.
As the Finland master.
Confidence is oozing.
I'm not as confident on this one. I was very confident on the last one.
All right, I came up with one.
Right.
All right.
Let's go.
Sorry.
Which one?
Okay, my first. So I think it's getting in your own way / overthinking things.
Hmm.
I just wrote you need new shoes because of the picture.
That would be good. That would be very, very good. I'm sorry to tell you, neither of you are correct. surprisingly.
Oh.
It means to pay attention to non-essential details. So
Okay.
you know when you get stuck on the small details, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't be wasting time on that.
I like
Don't
that as a
get
phrase.
stuck on details.
That's a really good thing to have a phrase for. I don't know if there's like a really good phrase like that in English. Like...
I was just about to say I've never heard anyone say this though in my whole life.
No. Okay, so there's not really a good phrase for it in Finnish either.
In chat.
I think
Like stuck in the weeds. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there is a British phrase for it then.
true.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that mean exactly the same thing? I think yeah.
Yeah, pretty
kind of,
much. Yeah.
Basically.
Ah,
Yeah. But
I like that. Yeah.
look,
Well, we've come
we have
along.
made it.
We've come a long way from where we started.
We have come a long way. Thank you for participating in the best Finland quiz ever.
Thank you for
You
bringing
two,
us
you
through the
did a
best
good
Finnish
job.
quiz ever.
You are now like half Finnish, honorary Finnish members. Claps to you too.
Thank you very much.
I'll
Can
come
we
over.
get the
Pat
voice of
yourself.
God to give us the scores, the final scores at the doors?
The final scores on the doors are 13 squats,
Oh, we did have a squat counter.
Nice.
Jamie 5, Jonas 3.
Whoa!
Winner Jamie.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Rusa. That was so much fun. That was really, really
You
good.
win the love and affection of all Finnish people.
The entire
whole
country
country.
of Finland.
Finnish
5.5
people,
million.
and it's 188,000 lakes, and
Yes.
it's 3 million saunas, and etc.
Look at you. See, you've learned so much.
We're going to take this away with us, that we're going to be able to, like, at any point when we need to answer various Finnish trivia, we're going to absolutely be able to smash it. Although I will say, I'm so tired right now that I might not remember anything that's happened in the past hour. So by tomorrow, but I will be able to watch the VOD and remind myself and study up for the next time I have to speak to Finnish people. Thank you so
when
much,
you go to like a
Risa.
pub
Uh,
for like a quiz.
Oh yes, yeah. In our local Finnish pub that does a local Finnish quiz every. Thank you so much, Risa. This was really, really good fun. And thank you for
Thank you
joining us.
seriously for having me. I'm honored to be asked. It was very, very sweet of
Oh,
you, very kind of you. And the thing you're doing now is amazing. 24 hours, you're almost done. Good luck.
Thank you so
The
much.
donations have been amazing. So seriously, like good job to you too. So
Thank you so much.
and all
And
the
Thank you.
guests.
I'm pretty sure you're one of both of our favorite streamers as well. Your community and you yourself are always so absolutely lovely and friendly whenever anyone pops into your chat. You are I always describe you as the streamer who is always like half an hour behind on chat because you answer every single chat message and like get into a full conversation with every single chatter. You're always absolutely wonderful to stop in and say hello to.
Do I take that as a compliment though? You're
No, I
half
think
an hour behind.
No, I think it is a compliment because I think you like you really care about chatting to everyone and being like really engaged with everyone, and it's really lovely.
Testament to that, Husa, was seeing you 3 or 2 hours into the Final Fantasy 16 beginning and finding that you were just fighting the goblins, and that's like, oh, that's after the tutorial. Like that's the first thing you go do after you're taught how to fight. Which you know, someone could get there in 15 minutes, right? If they just get like skipped cutscenes.
But I think it's a pleasure
but-
to stop in and distract you from your video games. So
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
it's a
Yeah.
testament to how engaged you are with your community and how much of yourself you give back to them, and it's very good.
I wasn't expecting this. You know, us Finns, we don't take compliments too well. So I'm like,
To be fair, the Brits aren't supposed to either. This is
Exactly,
a
and
just
you
a,
two have been complimenting each other the whole
yeah,
stream, basically.
we've been practicing. We've been really practicing. We need to get it out on other people because we're running out of ones to use on each other. Well, thank you for joining
Things are
us.
amazing.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining us. It's been really good fun. And yeah, we'll catch you hopefully at some point in the future.
Yeah.
See you
Oh, and
later.
also happy Pride. It's actually Pride Week this week in
Happy
Finland as
Pride.
well. So
Yeah, we had
Yes.
Pride in London last night.
Yeah, Mary's been at Pride. Yeah.
And we've put glitter on you, so that's Pride.
Yeah, we've been doing our bit. I don't want to claim. I don't want to claim that.
Oh Lord.
Alright.
But yeah, happy
again,
Pride, everybody.
thank you. Y'all are amazing. Have a wonderful rest of the podcast. I'll be hanging in chat. I'll probably go take a nap now, but you know, after that.
See you later, Risa.
Bye,
Bye bye.
Risa.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Voice of God. Thanks, chat. Bye.